Perfect. Washi gonna find Bolu, but does get hit markers by Jez. Going up against, they're now all tied up 1-1. Xitium is going to get taken down by Jez. You can now see Jez pushing up towards the B flag. Rocks that 35 round. We have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Xitium, sure enough. With the push from the backside, finds Jez.
Licença, torcia! Pofo! Botão no cofrinho do Ibis! Pofo pra cima do Delzinho! Double pofo do craque! Faz clique aí, meu chat! Você tá no YouTube, faz o clique da jogada! Tomara tá!
Um som morto.
Vou cravar esquerda, vou cravar cima, crava esquerda, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem ar. Vai ter mais, ó.
Aí tem que botar
Pode ver agora, calma, segura.
Nossa!
And we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god. We've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. Moving Limitless in with the side of Nova. Dave, you're going to go in and that.
People see, there is one A now.
Marvel misses one, but doesn't miss twice.
Out. Oh my. Chris, he's all one. More. Where you at, homie? I know you're in a typical sniper in this area, but right now you're a sniper. With an 80 with close. Lucky. Get headshot. Cosmo, throw the smoke. Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
Extend was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artem, Misa coming through. What's that? Is that the kilo? Whoa! Whoa! Artem Misa, the Damascus kilo. Ooh, Chels. Finds one, is looking for two, but Artem Misa. Yo, this girl kind of nuts with the kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been. Found herself on that Sparrow shot, but the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, brick stuff! Well, it was looking good for a minute there at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. The arrow can push back up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone.
Wait, you're joking?
No, we are live. Here we are. Let's go, baby. I'm sorry. Well, let me just tell you, chat. We have been having like some of the greatest conversations prior to the broadcast tonight. And none of us were prepared for this, but it's Sherpa season. As you can see, I'm rocking it, and it's probably going to be present in chat if you want to be a part of the treasure box that's live on Trovo right now. All you got to do is watch for a minute, 1 minute, and then put hashtag Sherpa season. So Sherpa season is in full effect. Deanna, I'll hand it back to you. As man, I need something to eat, bro. I literally am shaking because I haven't had that much this morning. So you take over.
Hi guys! I'm sorry, I got confused because I was watching the stream, but then I was like, wait, it's 7 minutes, but then I refreshed, and guess what? It was already on the trailer, and I'm like, okay, I'm in the past. But hi guys, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm your host once again here this season. Obviously, if you did not catch that at the beginning, I'm gonna host Mobile Mayhem this season once again with two legends, Gilmania and Verdict, who are looking absolutely incredible. And I'm so happy to be here. Hi guys, I hope you both had a wonderful day. I hope you guys from the chat had a wonderful day, and I hope the staff had a wonderful day too. Verdict, how are you?
Oh, we are chilling. I'm as cozy as gets. I literally woke up this morning, it was freezing. And when I say freezing, it's really a meme for Alabama, residents to say in the deep south that, hey, it's cold outside. When it's cold, it's like 50, 60 degrees, which is, what'd you say earlier, like 13 degrees Celsius? It's not that cold, but it's kind of a flex to have a Sherpa in Bama because it's so hot most of the time. So I am big boy chilling, and I think when we got into VC earlier, I was just so relieved to hear the voice of an angel and to see his face to be matched with it. I mean, good night, bro. Gilmania was like, you should have heard it, chat. It's like he was in the shower singing, and it was the most amazing thing I've ever heard, ever.
I agree. I had kind of a rough day, but like listening to him, well, I was in the VC for like 20 minutes, okay, while eating, but like amazing voice, I'm telling you.
Can we move on, please? Can we move on?
No. But how was your day, Gilmania? Tell us.
I mean, up until I realized that I joined Discord on accident, it has been fine, Oh man, it's been weird ever since that happened, but it is what it is, fellas. We are with some more Mobile Mayhem action. We are back at it again here from Europe, and well, I'm excited. I haven't gotten a chance to look at the 3 matches that we're gonna see tonight, but what about you two? You know what's coming or what?
Yes, I can go over the schedule if you guys want. Obviously, we're gonna start. Our first game is gonna be 117 Not Found versus 31ers. The second matchup of tonight is gonna be Animus versus Limitless. And for the third game is gonna be Nova Esports versus I2K Icy. And I'm actually very excited. How about you, Verdict? What do you think is gonna be the highlight?
If you're looking at this schedule, you're thinking 117, who defeated Limitless last week. This should be something that goes to the bag, should be relatively easy. But that second matchup, it's the meat of the sandwich. This is the one that's going to get us over the top. That's going to be another stage 5 matchup. Now, granted, Limitless hasn't performed up to par as of yet. I mean, this is the best day to do it. I mean, you're either going to get ran through or you're going to put up a fight. Have you improved? I know it's been a little bit of time since Tuesday, 1 day to be exact. I'm not expecting tremendous night and day performance, but I'm looking to see a lot more than what we got out of Tuesday's matchup, which was a beatdown. Again, they've been 3-0'd by 117. They've been 3-0'd by the team that picked up one of the players that they dropped in Onur on Tuesday night. And now they're going to go against arguably one of the best teams in EU. Well, that matchup on Tuesday with Animus and Nova left us with wanting more. Well, Nova's going to come through. They're going to be able to close the night out with I2K, Icy. And regular season shows Nova's the better of the team at the moment in Mobile Mayhem regular season. What is that going to translate later on down the road? I don't know. I'm just trying to, maybe showcase a little bit of a storyline that we could have a brewing. But, I mean, it's definitely going to be an action-packed night.
And you were talking about Thursday. Obviously, if you guys did not catch it, you can go and watch over Verdict's YouTube channel because he has here the vault. You cannot miss the game between Nova and Animus. I'm telling you, it was amazing. Biting nails. It was awesome, okay? But talking about what happened until now. Gil, can you go over the team standings just to be clear for everyone?
You said Gil, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, like Beric mentioned, we got once again Nova ruling Europe's world with 80 points for themselves. Then right under them we have Animus. And on third place we got 117 with 45 points. 117 being back into the mix because if I'm not mistaken, last season was 117 was the surprise for me personally. Basically because he was just completely underperforming to what I was used to, but in this season they are back at it again. Now Team 1, because of their, I think they ended up 3-0 versus Limitless last time, and they are now with 40 points. We got Xitium with 40 points, Limitless with 30, the 31ers with 20, and Icy with 20 as well. Astra at the very bottom with only 5, and in here, well, there's two teams particularly that I am surprised in a way. The first one being 117 on top 3, back with a good results, and on the opposite side of the spectrum, Limitless with only 30, and tonight facing off against Animus. This season has not been easy on them, huh?
I agree. We're gonna see what's gonna happen tonight, and I do see both teams are here in the lobby, so I can go over the maps very fast. Okay. We're gonna start with the hardpoint on Summit. I do love hardpoint on Summit as a beginning, obviously. Followed by an SND on Standoff. Then a third game is gonna be a control on Raid. We have a hardpoint on Hacienda, the fourth game. And if we're gonna get a fifth game, it's gonna be an SND on Takeoff. We have Annihilator and Purifier Band, and also Slums and Firing Range.
Alright, well, you hear the sounds in the background. That means we're heading over to the Snowy Hills. Definitely going to need a pack of Sharper at 2 for this one. We'll see if it can heat up as the action is going to be starting here in game number 1. Deanna was so fortunate to tell us that best 5. It starts off with Summit Hardpoint. Gil, are you geared up? Are you ready to rock and roll? I know you look just drop-dead gorgeous. But who's going to get some drop-dead shots, man? This is what matters the most here as the action's going to ensue. P1 out in the open here on the control side of things. And 117, they're looking to come out guns a-blazing.
Sir, some hard point on Summit. Let's start it with the action. Everybody collapsing on that green site. Now the control seems to be initially at least in favor of the 31ers. Oh wait, am I looking at this right?
No, it's 117's the Spanish
on the
guy.
right.
Lucky. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 117. That's right. Well, so far it's been 3 kills already for Babo. Babo now trying to push for the inside of the hill, finds another kill, clearing it for the squad, and that's the retake. A pretty back and forward for the initial couple of seconds. We're gonna see General Gore now pushing inside, finding a couple of kills, then it's back onto the 31er. That team name, bro, I'm telling you, I struggle with it.
Oh, you're not the only one, bro. I mean, we've called them everything from 3-1ers to 31 ER to the 49ers, and those numbers aren't even, like, anywhere close to being, like, what the actual
49ers is way easier than
the 49ers is an American football team, right? It's 31ers we are an EU, we're cross spawn. We'll take as many hits as we can because we think the name is, I mean, it might have some kind of meaning behind it, but to us, it's just a little bit confusing. It's something new, and every season we get this. We get this in new players, and if you're talking about new players, you can't look past Babu. I don't know who exactly that is, but I'm looking at Discord, and he's going under the name Alexstad, but the profile picture, it's Darox, so, bro, Darox. I mean, I understand, like, you want to go through a rebrand. I wouldn't blame you. I mean, a few seasons back, but we've already forgotten about it, what the catastrophe in social media was. You know what? We're not even going to bring it up. It is Darox who is that 5th player in the name chain comes through, so that's going to be a roster change burn right now. It is 117 getting the better of the P2 rotation. As a matter of fact, they're getting a little bit of a chunk of this spawn side as well as I'm taking a look at Karma and Caesar. They're looking to close off this snow path, and oh boy, everything looks like it might be spoiled. It's all on Karma, but he is going massive. With 7 seconds left, he's going to get dumped, and that is going to be the spawns flipped. And the initial advantage here on this value hill site on P3. It's going to go in favor of the 31ers.
Right now, General Gore is on the inside with the Claw Operator, finding 1, finding 2, finding 3 kills. immediately with it, clearing off any bit of opportunity coming down from the 117 roster. Now putting out the pressure onto the connector side, but couldn't aim fast enough, ends up getting taken down. The only one defending now was Legacy, who does get a kill onto Jazz, but eventually dies by the hands of Caesar. Now Caesar pushes inside, but Zed retakes yet again. Great way of performing now by the 3-1ers. And the defense continues. They are struggling with the respawn situation, but they are back to back just getting players inside. Yet again, we see 117 clearing for the last 15 seconds or so. And, well, I like the way that the 3-1ers are trying to defend, but it's been problematic nonetheless. Right now, they're losing by about 20 or so points, which is not the biggest difference, but, you know, that could be snowballing against them in the near future if they are not careful enough, as they are now losing the member who was inside of the point, losing also everybody else who was trying to defend hard to try to use the claw machine to clear them out, but that's just not been enough. I'm looking at Brody, who is right now with a claw, yet to find a kill. Finally gonna get the first one, goes for a couple more, but oh wait, that was not a... I swear to God, I thought that was a 0, but no, that was an 8. Brody, I'm sorry, I got it wrong, but still, I 100% thought it was a 0, not an 8. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, oh that's tough. I mean, Brody, it's a tough one, tough way to go. Right now, it's a little bit of a break going to stick, question mark. No, it's Caesar in the point. He's gonna get dropped. Little sad puppy dog eyes. Of course, he's going to be on the outskirts, and that little bit of a comfortable lead is not going to be sticking now. You can see 20 points was what the deficit was rolling into this P4 site with 20 seconds left to go. Surely enough, all that time going to be picked up. Scraps are going to be scrapped for. Jazz going to be trying to play spoiler. They want the lead still. They're going to be able to get it. The point is going to be evacuated, and it's literally neck to neck. 101 to 100. Very, very solid game through and through. Early rotations being made from the side of the 31ers. Being able to solidify those first little advantages have gone a long way. Right now, it's all about P1.
Lucky's not moving.
Is Lucky disconnected? Oh, bro.
I think so.
That's tough. Let's go ahead and divvy down. I mean, the Spanish connection has done pretty solidly without him. Let's hear how they handle a little bit of adversity. I mean, this is where Gil's going to be able to shine. We're going to go ahead and dive down to the 117 roster for their first listening of this game.
I'm playing with one. There's one inside. His servers.
He's dead.
Just, I pushed this one green. I pushed.
Connector, me va muy mal el wifi.
One green. Green is low, green is dead.
One
Why
tap.
am I playing this mess? I have green. One green, this one. They pushed that.
Stairs one.
Stairs down, bro.
I go top.
Clear the stairs.
Nobody top.
Like that. One green.
Nice.
All right, calm listening is a bit dead. I was expecting a lot more Spanish, and I was expecting Gilmania to be like, oh boy, we're at home now. Wrong. Derek's made his way into the equation. This roster is no longer speaking the beautiful, lovely language of Spanish culture. Instead, it is going to be some comms that were a bit frustrated. You can tell they've given up the lead primarily over to the fact of Lucky having connection issues. But with all that being said, we can't neglect the fact that 31ers have put a lot of effort into these rotations, and it's paid off. So Gil's finally going to join us back in. Were you down there for a little bit longer to see if they would be able to get a little bit of that Spanish vibe in the listen-in?
If I'm being completely honest with you, it almost feels like they are struggling within themselves, which is actually hurting the squad as a whole. It seems like we were right about the Lucky situation. He seems to be having some connectivity issues, some Wi-Fi problems that he's trying to resolve. And at least so far, that's not necessarily showing that much. Of course, he's still on to 16 kills, which is not bad, but not the best. They do have the... Ooh, I just noticed that Caesar decides to throw that Goliath, and he's now trying to push inside. The problem is that there's also another Goliath inside of the objective. That's from Legacy, and that is going to be the fight between the two of them. The first to die is the one from the 3-1ers, and that is going to allow the clean push by the hands of 117. The game continues to be as close as it can be. Lucky ends up getting taken down. The spawns are not in their favor, but at the distance, Karma with a Holger trying to help out does get a few kills, and that is the retake back to back to back. This is just pure chaos, you know? And
oh yeah.
In a sense, I definitely feel like it's in a way that the mental is not the best it can be for the 117 roster.
Oh, yeah, I mean, on top of that, you're not winning the majority of the gunfights right now. You're getting a little outslated. You're getting a little out-rotated. And you got Lucky, who's having a bit of a connection issue. Nonetheless, it's 31ers who are able to capitalize. They're going to be able to get the last little bit of scrap time. Look at this. This is such an unfortunate spawning. Big kill there for Babu. Darok's going to be able to get the knock. And unfortunate for Brody. He was hoping that he'd be able to spawn halfway across the map. Wrong. He only spawned halfway through. And what was going to be looking like an early advantage, potentially with that kill coming through, it's not. It's going to be spoiled. It is going to be the 31ers looking to get the break here on the P4 site rotation. We're going to go ahead and double back up for another listen, and this time around, we are going to join in to see if the break comes through here for the boys over at 31ers.
Big group. Push nicht einer nach den anderen.
Spawn dead.
Nice. Break. Push rein. Nice, sauber.
Einer noch hinten.
Einer ist noch so.
Ja, ist noch, okay. Play next. Fuck it, next.
Die sind schon next, willst du das?
Wo next?
One top.
Einer top, einer dead. Einer Window top. One shot window top.
Put on dead.
Ich hab Snow.
All right, Ian. This one's getting intense. This one's coming out on the wire. You heard the call-outs. Couldn't get the successful breach in P4. Forget about it. Go next. Wasn't quite right, the verbiage, but you get the picture. Right now, it's 225 to 190, and Gil, man, we've got a spicy ending here in Summit. Anytime any matches like this get down to the wire, it gets so heated. Are we going to see a P2 ending? Or are we going to see this one dragged out to P3? I mean, at this point, you can almost taste victory if you're 117, but you've got a spicy hill number one here for the boys over at 31ers. I don't know. This one is a toss-up at this point.
Yeah, right now the 31ers are breathing in the enemy's necks. They don't want to lose this one up, but they are still struggling a little bit as the side of 117 in need of only 15 seconds. They're going to regain control. It is not going to be enough within this point, but that is certainly going to bring victory so much closer to them. The fight continues. Loki finding a kill onto Seed. Lucky with a clear inside of the objective, immediately rotating for the next one. Only 1 second is needed. Verdict and Set is preventing that from being the case. Trying to survive. Same goes for Brody. Brody, you gotta push inside. You barely get there, but you're still gonna die. Not gonna be enough for the 31ers. And although there was some issues on the 117 members, they are still gonna end up on the top. Greatly executed. At the end, we thought about a 0.2 victory, and that was exactly what happened there. Verdict, the MVP, goes for Caesar, but the entire of the squad was doing so much work as a whole. A great game overall for them.
Yo, Caesar with them icy shots, bro. Double positive go along with it, and a little bit of hill time. Minute 12 to be exact. Jazz right there with 36-29. Lucky, even though he had connection issues early on, he did not let this 117 team down. Look at it. Everyone's got 60 seconds plus on the objective. That is the scorecard of a team who wanted to win. Even through the adversity, they made it through. Solid game and a comeback for the boys over at the Spanish Connection. Minus the fact Darox is in the mix, and we didn't get to hear those beautiful Latin comps. Nonetheless, on the flip side of the screen, you had a very top-heavy scorecard in Heart and 2. And the 31ers were, I mean, just completely absent in the majority of those gunfights. Minus 12. -7, -8, -7. It was just a sea of negativity minus Heart and 2. Which is only so much you can do in a game that is objective based, and picking up 23 seconds obviously need a little bit more hill presence for them. So we're getting geared up for game number 2. Whoa, spicy beginning, very close, but everything managed to just come into play and play out well for 117 when that P4 rotation came through. I mean, you could even hear the comms, the frustration. I mean, there was not a chance in hell that we were getting to get a break on that side. So P1 came around, you put a little bit of time on it for 117, and it was lights out. You need 1 second. So of course we're going to see a P2 inning. We're not going to see this one dragged out to a P3 when you only need 1. So All right, we're geared up for it. Search and destroy. I can't even remember the map, man. Mine has been just so absent and all over the place. It's standoff. It's another lovely classic for this map number 2.
Yes, sir. And the thing that I'm like getting or picking up from this game, it was sort of close despite the kills differential. Like you mentioned, it was way negative on the side of the 3-1ers. But I think a big part of it could have been Lucky's inability to be 100% present inside of the game. So the 3-1ers were just making sure that they took advantage, maybe without even realizing. I'm not too sure if they actually realized that there was one less player in some of those gunfights, but at least allowed them to fight back better now. If Lucky manages to get his stuff together, that could be a problem for the opponents. The 3-1ers had an okay-ish game, but an okay-ish game is not going to be enough if you do have 5 players at 100% on the 117 roster. I've talked about how this season they are finally back into their old selves. They are back onto, well, putting up pressure onto whoever they may be facing off against. We've already seen them defeat the Stage 5 roster over at Limitless, like you mentioned, which means that anyone else could suffer from the same results. They've already won victory number 1. We're moving on to standoff, which is of course a fan favorite for a lot of people. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like this first game could be an indicator of what we see in the remaining of this match.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen so many adversities overcame just in a matter of, listen-ins, how the tone of voice was versus what the outcome and the results were. I mean, it's like they got their act together mid-game. They were able to adapt. They weren't going to be making excuses for themselves based off of just one player's inability to connect in and, have a proper connection. So that's the kind of gameplay that I love to see out of teams. Obviously, you get into a position where you're down a little bit. Morale could be down. Everybody could just be like, you know what, it's chalked. We're going to go ahead and just try to, regroup in game number 2. And that's sometimes the mentality you get out of this competitive scene, especially when you have to deal with something that is just not planned for, obviously. But the fact that you were able to adapt, you were able to make it close and, hell, take the game and never really look back. It was a 45-point game towards the end. You only need 1 second. You did yourself a service by playing so well in that end game. All you needed to do was just pick up 1 or 2 kills, and it's 1 point. Just so great. So standoff is going to be a different story, though. We'll see if Lucky can contribute on a consistent basis. I'm trying to figure out what the hold up, bub, is. As we've got everyone ready to go. We're waiting on screenshots.
I think there was an issue with one of the players' skins. I think it was on the loser side, so maybe they are just making sure that it doesn't happen on the next game to prevent immediately losing, right? So should only be a little bit before we are ready to continue. That's not been confirmed, of course. They're still gonna be checking, but
yeah,
you still gotta be sure, right?
No, you're right. You're right. So if chat isn't a little bit out of the loop, I'll go ahead and just fill you in. So here recently we've tried to accommodate to the players as far as a ruling, and one of the rulings that we've got due to how dark the skin is, the rose skin, the rose rook to be exact. I think it's the only one that COD Mobile has available, and I'll just tell you the history of this skin in outside of COD Mobile. The rose was so...
Oh.
It was the... If you wore a rose skin, you were known for a few things. One of them, which was the most popular, was that you were sweaty as hell. If you saw a rose skin, you didn't shoot, you'd get the hell out of Dodge. The second step was, if you didn't see the rose skin, it was because it was in a corner, and because the graphics were so poor in Verdansk, if you walked into a building, they could literally be in a corner that was so dimly not lit, you wouldn't know they were there. And by the time you turn your back, you're downed and you're dead, and you're just like, well, what the hell was that guy? And it was such a controversial thing that they banned it from custom lobbies because people were taking advantage of that. Well, here in COD Mobile, I don't think it's as bad as it could be, but there are certain areas on the map where you can't see that Rose Rook skin. And that's a problem. So we allowed the players the opportunity to vote and see if, you know, they wanted to see it in competitive play, and they decided they didn't. So it is banned from Mobile Mayhem. I'm not sure if it's going to be banned in Champs, but I'm assuming since we were able to get that like vote through, I think it should be too.
Yeah. That's the thing, like you mentioned, maybe it's not as bad as it was on the.
It was so bad, bro.
PC on the console.
Oh,
I didn't see it firsthand, but my brother told me about it and showed me a few videos, a few clips. You could be shooting at him, then he goes into a shadow, and he becomes the shadow, right? You cannot see him whatsoever, so he just can hide from you. So here, not as bad, but still can be debatable as to how easy or hard it is to spot him on a dark corner. Let's just prevent that right away. And well, verdict, we are back into the mix, back into the action. Like you mentioned there, Babooks. Here, we'll be waiting inside a deli. In front of him, without knowing him, of course, is Zed, which I'm surprised if I'm being honest. I don't know why Zed is holding the bomb and seems to be thinking about planning over B. Would you say that's a correct statement?
I think it is, and I think he's got a little bit of intel right here. If you look at his point of view, you see there's a trophy right in front of him. Right? So he knows that there's got to be someone there before he makes a move. We'll see if he gets this. Oh, there's no way that you try to get this bomb plate down. The bait there, Legacy, that's a lot. That's a lot to put into one player's hands. And surely enough, as Karma's there for the backside approach, he's going to be able to get 2 for the price of 1. And on top of that, Lucky, who was having a little bit of a connection issue early on, he managed to pick up the first blood of the game. So right now, bomb's going to be down. Brody and Gore, they are... I mean, they're dead with no kind of strategy here. Gore's actually going to eat some bullets from Caesar. Caesar's going to get the reach out. Brody's dead in the waters as he's going to be able to double all the way back into spawn side with bomb down. There's no need to push, but we'll see if 117 can go ahead and get this clean thirst and wrap this one up.
Tango down.
Ooh, Brody does get the kill onto Caesar. That was nice. I definitely feel like a big part of the problem in this round, as Jazz picks up the last kill remaining onto Brody, was that issue with Zed, right? You said it yourself. He saw that trophy system. He was aiming at it. He was certain that it was existing within a few meters of him. How could you not expect someone to be inside of the alley, potentially hearing you planting that bomb? Eventually, not only got himself killed, but also Legacy, which was just the downfall of the 39ers. As we move in here, Brody is making up for it as he picks up a double kill, and his allies have a great start of a round. Now, Babooks is pushing between these enemies. They are trying to collapse onto them. 40 seconds left. Karma finds the first blood onto Brody.
Oh, baby.
Karma pushing for more. Through the wall. Gets that kill onto Zed. My goodness. Hard in 2 is left alone, and it is Babooks to finish him off, but that I almost thought that it could have been a round for the 31ers, but
yeah,
Karma with that Holger, too deadly.
Oh, yeah. Into the power of the Holger in the hands of a player who is just... This is, like, Karma's, like, biggest, like, time to shine. His best performances to date have been during LMG metas, or as long as the Holger has been usable. You think back to last year in Stage 4, we saw, even in Stage 5, they didn't do too well in Stage 5 performances, but you look at when he shined with the Holger in his hand, it was just, it's a beautiful combination, and just a minor buff is all it needed to make it just absolutely, indestructible, and him showing you how easy it is to abuse it. So, right here, first shot's coming through. Lucky going to be able to find Zed through the wall. Bang is going to hit. Gore's going to get dropped. Caesar trying to find more. He's going to get shut down by Brody. Brody, can you go big, broski? He is going to be able to collect the bomb, but he's eating bullets left and right. Oh, baby. Whoa, Derek's. Come on now. A little bit too big for your britches right there to shut down. Legacy. Going to be able to even it up, but right now it's all about the battle on the outskirts, and with the bomb going down, Karma getting the spot on Hart, making the rotation through on the market side. There goes Brody. We'll see if he peeks his lovely little face around the corner. Eat some Holger bullets, bro. It's a very nutritional dinner for you.
So deadly with it. Now his allies, though, get taken down at the same time pretty much. Now he's left alone in 1v2. 23 seconds on the clock. Begins to shoot at the enemy who hides behind the bomb. Goes over the Tractor for no reason whatsoever gets himself killed. Goes for the double knock onto Harding too, but this time around he says no to the enemy's faces. He's not gonna die again, and with a quick snipe onto Karma, eliminating him. That is gonna be the first round for them. So far, though, we tell you about Karma. He's had 2 kills each and every single round. That is just good numbers for him so far, killing it with this Holger. Now as they begin to push, General Gore has gotten 1 kill. Caesar gets a double with a nade. Just eliminates General Gore. What even is going on? Problem after problem for the 3-1ers. As they move on to round number 4, they have lost 3 members on what could have been an easy plan. Out of nowhere, everybody is pretty much dead. Harding 2, yet again the last member alive, brings out the pistol, but Baboob's Derox was just gonna finish him up. I don't know, at this point, is it like mistakes by the 31ers or
Yes.
like just dead on bad luck? You saw that double kill by Caesar with the nade?
I didn't catch
Come
it,
on now.
but I saw it in the feed. I was like, bro, ain't no way. There's a series of unfortunate events, and then it's also some bad decisions and poor, you know, poor timing. Well, I caught Brody when he was the last one alive on the A site, and of course he had Harden too, who was still alive. I caught Brody catching a glimpse of whoever was, I think it was Derek's, who was pushing the box aside, trying to take down Hard. And he just took some of the most, I don't know, like, least amount of trigger discipline shots I've ever seen. Right now, they're going to fall victim yet again. 117, a rock and roll, and Boo with the slide. He's going to be able to take down 1. It's Hart, and 2. Going to need to find 3 here to get the dub, but right now it's not looking doable. Front side of the market is being collapsed on. You got the backside being covered as well. There's only a few places you can hide. With Lucky up top of the map on the A site, that is going to be shots being felt from the wall bigs of Karma. Luckily enough, Hart's going to be able to escape. Going to be able to take Derox with him. So with 50 seconds left to go, got a little bit of a play, but you can see that bomb is nowhere in sight. And such a hard transition if you don't play your cards right. We'll see if they can maybe catch some lucky breaks. No, it's going to be Lucky who's catching some lucky shots, and nothing lucky about it. It's well predicted. The 4-1 now is we're going to be heading into our last round of the defense here for 117. Gil, unlucky and poor timing mixed with some poor decisions and, you know, a few mistakes here and there. It's just not overall looking good for 31.
I know I personally would be beginning to lose my cool in here. They're obviously not, as they pick up 2 kills while only losing 1 member. The one carrying the bomb is Legacy, and is now gonna be planning the bomb as we speak. Now trying to push from Broken, there was Karma who picks up that kill onto Zed. Karma struggled a bit on a few rounds, but now he's back at it again as he takes kill number 1 for him this round. The bomb was not planted because of so many shots being fired. Legacy ended up getting scared and, well, could not plan again himself. Now with the sniper just looking back and forward, not too sure as to where the next enemy is going to be coming from, but there he gets the kill onto Caesar. A lot of damage being dealt onto who I think was Derox. Derox still manages to survive. A minute left on the clock. Plenty of time for the 31ers to play around with. Let's see if they are capable of facing off against these 2 enemies who are now collapsing at the same time. Legacy planting the bomb. Harding 2 takes the shot onto Karma. Disgusting there. They already, on top of that, know where Babooks is at. They are just waiting for him to push, hiding behind that bomb, and Legacy with a sniper shot. With a perfect head glitch positioning, will pick up the round for the 31ers. Finally getting some sort of control within their own hands. But man, as we flip spawns, they're still going to be losing 4-2.
Yeah, I mean, that was another instance of, like, bad decisions being made and poor mistakes that happened to happen in the matter of seconds where they were able to recoup. That was a good regain. Right here, it's the payoff round. We flip sides. Jazz looking for the breach, the doof inside. Another Warzone classic is going to make its way into the search and destroy presence of this map. Right now, it's Baboo, a.k.a. Derox, getting the bomb plant down. That's going to force the pressure here for the 3v4 retake. Zed and Hart looking for the middle map control. Oh, baby, the drop shot wasn't necessary, but Lucky gets his toes fried. It was a headshot that came through as well as a nade from Gore. They're going to be able to even us out. Karma looking for Some action here on Zed. Gets shot. And now it's all on Gore. Able to take down Derek's in the background. Looking for the push. Karma doesn't need to overextend here. Just get a few little love taps on him. 15 seconds. Look where that bomb's planted. Whoa. Okay, just give him the free kill then, why don't you? I mean, I've never seen anybody just hand over life. Let me pull my gloves out. Go ahead and shoot me. I'm trying to punch you. You're clearly 10 feet away. That ain't happening. Just poor timing right there for Karma, and good capitalization there for the boys over 31ers.
I almost feel like that was the sort of play that you do if there's only like 6 or 5 seconds left in order to get the opponent to be shooting at you and not defusing the bomb. The problem is that there was more than enough time for General Gore to take the kill and get the defusal as he picks up a double kill onto Lucky and Jazz. General Gore will be the player with the most kills in his side of the teams. 8 kills for him, playing with the DLQ, looking to find another shot, another headshot onto the opponents. Babooks gets the knock onto Legacy. That is a call for General Gore to be cautious. He knows that there's someone on the upper side of Market. Unfortunately enough for him, the enemy was behind the statue. Begins to take a lot of damage coming down from Karma. Karma doing Karma things here with a Holger now shooting through the wall, getting that kill onto Brody. Those walls are just a pure paper for Karma with this Holger. He doesn't even have to worry about it. Just begins to shoot, begins to get the hit markers, and takes the kill at the end. As the side of 117 begin to plant the bomb. That is 45 seconds left. Karma turns around, picks up the kill onto Zed, who continues to struggle. Only 2 kills for Zed so far this game. Complete disaster for him so far. Party 2 begins to push with a sniper shot, takes the quick so onto Caesar. He didn't realize that behind him it was Babooks, and Babooks finds the double onto General Gore. That is yet another one into the books for the 117 members. Greatly executed by them. And I feel like maybe if Zed have slightly better results, because like these rounds are ending up quite close, right? It's not like every single one of them is 4-1. It tends to be 2-1, 1-1, right?
Yeah, you can't bring a switchblade to a Holger fight. I mean, you're clearing a huge lane and you're slow peeking it. Of course you're going to get dumpstered. That was just great lane execution from Karma. Knew exactly what he's working with. Zed just peeking out like he was lost at the state fair and couldn't find his family, right? I mean, just, hey, can you take me home, please, Karma? Absolutely, I'll send you right back to the Netherlands. And that's exactly what he did. So that's the kind of IQ that he brings to the table. Now, that round before, obviously, was a little bit of a blunder. Maybe he's not quite as on top of the game as he used to be, but slowly, steadily getting back into the swing of things. Right now, Zed trying to get pinched on the backside. We'll see if 117 is going to take the bait. Okay, Lucky, just take your life. It's not worth winning, right? It's not, I mean, very, very fortunate right there. And we didn't manage to catch it. And maybe he baked an aid too long? Twice baked nade potatoes? I don't know. He potatoed that one for sure.
I didn't watch it first person, but because of the place that he died, I think he might have been disconnected. Look at that. He's connected twice back, so that might have been the issue there. Unfortunate enough for Lucky to not be out 100% with the Wi-Fi situation. Fortunately enough, though, his allies have been able to make up for it. Karma now with 12 kills will begin to push onto Zed. Legacy drops down to the hands of Caesar. Now through the wall, Karma trying to land a few shots. Not gonna connect just yet. Gets eliminated by Brody. Then General Gore bites the dust by Caesar. Caesar left alone in a 1v4. Only 20 seconds left, buddy. You gotta do something. Brody shoots the car to blow him up. Through that bomb, he didn't have to see him. He just had to know the general area as to where he was at. I almost feel like he was trying to get a hit marker there, but ended up being better than expected. Took that kill, took that round. 31ers are still up into the fight for this game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to see a lot less mistakes. Just a lot less poor decision making. Zed going to be the aggressor here. He's going to be able to find one before he goes, but it's Jazz who's going to have the upper hand and pick it up 2 for himself. So, game progressing. We're starting to see a little bit of adaptation from both teams, and right now, I got to say, 31ers are looking pretty solid, making it close. As many mistakes as they made earlier on in this game is way too close for call. And 117 need to find a way to pull the trigger. Right here, it's Legacy pulling the trigger. He's going to fall. 2 under his belt. That's another notch in the in this round. That's 2 down, bomb defuse. He's got 8 on board. And 31ers, later and later we get into this map, they are starting to bloom into some solid search and destroy performers. Maybe it's just the attack where they started seeing too many, you know, hits and misses and poor decisions and mistakes and unfortunate timings. Right now, the timing is going well for them. They're able to take 2 rounds in a row, make it look relatively easy. But can they keep this 117 Spanish Connection team at bay as we buckle up for another round? It's tied up 5-5. We've got a little bit of a slower round here for 117. They realize that, hey, you know what? We're going to have to be a little bit more precise with these pushes. We'll see if they can get the upper hand and maybe a first blood or 2 before they get this bomb plant down.
Let's try. Let's see what the deal. Ooh, Babox finds that kill onto Yellow Gore. Begins to push. Finds the double onto Hardy in 2 grade. Beginning of a round for the 117. As he continues to move forward, 12 kills is not enough for him. He wants to get another kill, begins to take a lot of damage, doesn't matter. There's his allies to help him out. A little bit of body shooting, and Legacy bites the dust as well. Clean, perfect round by the side of 117. They have had his enemies being quite close to them, even tied up at as close as last round was, but now they are no longer messing around with. Clean round for them, looking to close it up in a 7-5 fashion. Let's see if they can do it, or if the 3 Wonders can actually take us onto some overtime. For the time being, it seems like the 30 Wonders are ticking a whole lot slower now.
Yeah, they are. So instead he wins the race. You saw Derek just put the gas to the bottom of the board. You know, last round with the pushes. Right now, he's doing the exact same thing. Pedal to the floor. 90-0. They get the first blood, and that's the entry that you need. Now the information tells you there's 4 people left, 2 of which are being entertained by Jazz, who's going to be able to get some shots in. The other one slipped right inside the cubby. He's dropped.
Oh, yes.
It's over here. 2 players left. Standing, make it 1. It's all on Gore. He's going to drop, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Big win for 117. It was a bit rocky at times, but ladies and gentlemen, that is how you play Search or Destroy. You play your picks, you play your Qs, you play your comms perfectly, and I can tell you everything was very well executed because it was a flawless round. Nobody died for 117. So they were not in complete control of the game. They were able to take advantage of a few mistakes here and there, but all in all, it's still the same 117 team dominating in Search or Destroy, just not as convincingly as you would like to have seen it. Now, 30 Wonders, I don't know if that says you're absolutely OP for making that many mistakes and being able to keep it a close, tight game, or if 117 has fallen off. I can't really tell right now. I know Lucky was having connection issues, so maybe we don't say it's 117 falling off, and we'll just say that the 30 Wonders were absolutely cracked.
I mean, on the last few rounds, it almost feels like the 117 members, someone threw them a cold bucket of water to wake them up, because they were playing flawless 2 rounds in a row without losing a single soul, without losing a single member. It's something you don't see every single game. Greatly executed by them, and well, they end up with the dub. It was a close one indeed. Mistakes were made by the hands of the 31ers, but like you mentioned, they tried to fight back, just not fighting as hard as they needed to. That is a 2-0 lead for 117. Although, I gotta say, this is something that I was expecting to see.
Yeah.
I am still in a way being surprised by the 31ers, you know? I feel like mistakes are being made on their behalf, but they're still, like, fighting back, like you mentioned, right?
No, yeah, they are. I remember, as we take a look at the best of, I remember looking at what was a 2v4 scenario where they were about to get the bomb. It was actually a 4v4. They were about to get the bomb plant down, and 2 players dropped as soon as that bomb was being planted. And the player who was planting was like, hey, I got a little scared. We got a little nervous. We had a 4-4. Wasn't quite a player advantage, but we dropped 2 players. It's a heads-up play in his head, right? Go ahead and hold down the cubby. Pick off a few before you make the moves. And they were all able to hold their own. They were able to reel it back. That should have been a round for 117, but it wasn't because of how aware that player was. I want to say it was probably Brody. I mean, he was usually like your bomb here. Maybe it was Legacy. I don't know. I have to go back and rewatch it, but nonetheless, it's able to capitalize on mistakes and misfortunes or over-aggression. You got a little over-aggressive. You paid the price and lost 2 players, but you reeled it back in. That was the moral of the story. So you can still make up for the mistakes as you have in a round that kind of just completely takes you by surprise. But you've got to be smarter in making decisions on the fly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they had a little bit of poor decision making, but a little bit of poor timing to, you know, add to the recipe to that. But overall, they had a solid performance. 117 is no pushover team, with Lucky or without. And now it's all about this game 3. We're heading over to the Hollywood Hills of California. Guess what? Put your sunglasses on, Gil. We're heading over for some control, and it is certainly going to be, if it's not already hot, it's going to be absolute fire. That was not a pun to California being completely on fire at all times, okay, Chad? Don't politically correct verdict, all right? Sherpa season.
It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Not like dead on fire, hot. Like, I don't know, somewhere like, I think on Arizona that's the case, isn't it? I've never been there, but I've heard about it.
Look, my little brother played in Little League World Series or Travel Ball World Series event there. He said,
okay,
humidity in our deep south is way worse than how hot it is because it's dry heat in Arizona. He's like, I could play there all summer long. I don't care if it's 110, 115 degrees outside. It doesn't matter to me. Like, that weather in comparison to like the 100 to 105 with humidity here where I'm at, oh, it's way better. I mean, it's very dry heat, which I guess everything would set on fire if it wasn't, you know, pretty much desert to begin with. But you get the picture.
Yeah. So, okay. What do you think? Moving on to here, raid, control, 31ers, not doing so bad, but also not doing the greatest to actually take the doves. Are we going to a game 4 eventually, or is going to be the end of the road tonight for them?
That's a great question. That's a question of the hour, because we're about 7 minutes prior to the next hour starting. It was never a case of 117 being down ever in this, you know, series. You've seen it. Lucky struggled to connect. Hardpoint, search and destroy, wasn't really contributing in that sense. But they've been able to pick up both games, and they've been able to do it even with it being tight and when they shouldn't have. A hardpoint was, I mean, that was supposed to be like done and deal, right? That should not have gone in their favor, but they were able to come out on top and battle through the adversity. Search and destroy the same. It was tight, even though they were making mistakes. They had Lucky, who was, you know, misfortunate enough not have great connection. He might have McDonald's Wi-Fi, but I mean, when he's on, bro, it is very difficult to take him down. Saying all that aside, as long as Lucky doesn't just absolutely disconnect from this next game, I think 117 take it.
Okay. I mean, I at the same time, I almost feel like even if he were to have issues, there's still the possibility for the squad to fight back, playing it as a team deathmatch kind of situation. But of course, if they are on the offensive side, it's going to be a whole lot harder to position themselves well enough to put on pressure on the opponent. So it is going to be, it's going to be really, really important, like you mentioned, Lucky. We need you to be at least on UV game. If it's not A game because of Wi-Fi, we need you to be at B for your team to end up with a 3-0. But, well, that is definitely something that the 31ers do not want to see as we begin to load onto what could be the final map of the first match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 31ers versus the 117 not found. Everybody is connecting into some raid control area. And, well, seems like tonight we haven't seen the XPR. I don't know if Legacy is going to continue to be holding with it as the last member connects. Funny enough, he's not even Lucky, you know?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was like,
it is Lucky.
Yeah, I was like, how did Lucky connect off the rip? And who is it that we're even waiting on now? I mean, we got Karma, Caesar, Darox, Lucky. Who are we missing?
It's too close. Fight harder.
I don't know, man. I always...
Jazz.
Then when they connect, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I looked in VC,
Well, yes,
I kind of cheated. I didn't even use my memory skills. I literally just hacked my way to remembering. And now I'm going to wonder why
works matter, not harder.
Yeah, my brain is going to melt by the time I turn 40, bro. It's not been exercised. It's not been worked. I haven't been. I'm just a terrible person. Peacekeeper's in the mix for Jazz, by the way. And by the looks of it, he is going to keep it. Yep, he is. It is. Set in stone. Right now, they're going to be on the attack first opening round. They got a little bit of a perimeter control lined up around the ring side, but we all know how bad these head glitches can be. Well, they're going to be able to use it to their advantage, and It's going to be the first little bit of progress coming through, the first take through. When 3 players are on the hill, guess what, Gil? Everything just seems to fly by, right?
And they are finally losing a single member, but they are killing it already. Objective controlled by them. Now Karma finding another kill into Brody, gets sniped by Legacy. Like I mentioned, Legacy is now using the XPR, but my goodness, is the team struggling like crazy as they find even more members of them getting taken down. They begin to rotate onto the next objective. The side of 117 are doing what they want to, now pushing for the spawn trap. Jazz, I think he struggled a little bit as he tried to aim in. Karma getting executed as well. The overwhelming pressure that they were punishing their opponents under, it was working at first, but as they began to push onto the kitchen, they were finally stopped in their track. They're still losing a little bit within Live's departments, but well, that could have been a whole lot worse than it ended up being for the 31ers.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a great job of just allowing 117 to, you know, take that point relatively quickly and regain afterwards. Right now, they've got proper defense setups. They have yet to give up a single little bit of map control to the middle of the map. As soon as I say that, Caesar inserts himself in the equation, but there goes Gore. He's holding the lane down. They keep trying to push right down the middle of the pipe when the outskirts aren't working as well. So, I mean, it's very stale approach right now. The life count is going to be only in 4 when it was, like, initially, like, closer to 10. And you can start to see the defense is very strong here for the side of 31ers, and they're putting up a hell of a fight right now. Mid lane absolutely dominated. And 117, I mean, they just kind of look lost. I mean, it was such a collective, great B-side rotation to go ahead and get that hit in and knock it out. And then a pretty weak follow-up. But, again, this map is a wild card. It could be a toss-up. It's all about finding where the defense's weakness is, and right now, they have about a tick and a half of progress on A, so 40 seconds to play with and a little bit of a life count lead.
That's another kill for Jazz. Said trying it to the fan, but they are inside. They are capturing. They're getting the second take now, pushing into the window of money. They're set in. Oh, 42 is down, but Derek with the double kill. Derek still alive. Lucky with the double piece. They were so close to the objective, but they are taking it even faster by eliminating the last members alive. And that's an offensive round for them. Without having to use that many of their operators, it seems like they will be able to use them right now in round number 2, which is bad news for a 31ers that only has one single operator available for set in here. And as we are beginning to be in round number 2, I want to ask you about us doing an journey for a quick listening onto the side of what do you think?
Let's go with the 31ers. I like to listen in on attack because that's when the strats come through. The defense is kind of stale, so we're going to go ahead and see how the comps sound for the boys over at 31ers. See if they can get a well orchestrated push over to the speed side, which they have already managed with one tick of progress on.
Pushing, cut up, pushing, cut up, pushing.
Jungs, drive-way, low.
Push this drive-way, go pull, get pull, retreat out, gain sig. Close it. Ignoriere.
Ignorieren, Jungs, und abpushen.
Bitte mal das gucken.
Ich halte deinen Top.
Money, Money, absolut.
Nice.
Ihr könnt
Basket.
Money.
Basket.
Mitte, dead.
Ich hab Blau gepult.
Money, SKS, money Holger.
Dead.
Unser Spawn red. Nice, spawn dead. Jetzt müsst ihr annehmen.
Top, money, one shot, money, one shot.
Heaven, low.
Money und...
Kommt ihr jetzt wieder langsam B.
All right, you see it right there. One objective isn't successful, push the other right now. They've double dipped, even though the life counts are just, I mean, so completely different. 13 life count. All you've got to do is just find a way, find an opening, and peel that back. But I mean, it's been brutal. Gil, 40 seconds on the clock, 3 lives remaining. This is tough.
It is tough indeed. Great work at pushing into the objectives, but at the expense of losing so many members. Karma will push for the last kill of the round. 19 kills on 2 rounds. That's an average of 9.5 kills per round. That is a third being done by a single player on the side of 117. They want to get the dub, and they are working their butts up for it. Right now, they got every single bit of opportunity on their hands as they begin to push towards the ringside. Karma yet again finds the first blood, now shooting through the wall with a Holger, not really landing onto anybody. Just checking in to see if there's someone in the vicinities. Throws that paper plane, throws that hunter-killer drone. It's pure dominance in a way that the 31ers cannot stop completely. Yes, they're able to put up a fight. They're able to stop them sometimes in their tracks, but not truly capable of doing so effectively enough to just change the pace of this game. Right now, there's even a Goliath available for Lucky that he is gonna be using right now. Verdict. He throws that trophy system, and it seems like they are not only thinking about Bravo, but now it seems like Lucky will be getting himself into the alpha site, and with the help of Karma, will begin to push to get the objective because Bravo's already in their name.
Yeah, it is. Let's go ahead and divvy down. We're gonna go ahead and hear a dose of Spanish Connection comms, see if they can close it out. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. This one might be wrapped up relatively quickly.
I don't speak. Is that jungle? I go black laundry. I cover laundry. One jungle. Nice, GG's. Oh, yeah.
Oh boy, the sighs of relief. You know what that means. Victory is ahead of us. And if you ever question the Spanish Connection, well, you're just going to have to shut your pie hole because boys put in mad work. And the 3-0 is completely done. Clean sweep. 3-0 in both the control and in the series in a whole. And I've got to say, I mean, it was a solid strat. I mean, that's a wild card map, but they made it look easy on all 3 rounds. The first one was a bit of a struggle after that B-cap, but they did that B-cap so quickly, bro. They had a lot of time to play with.
And I honestly don't know how Lucky did it. I'm talking about the fact that at some point I was spectating him, and I could also myself feel the lag situation. You know, he was sometimes aiming at weird areas, and the aiming felt kind of floppy. Yet he ended up with over 2.0 KD, 14 kills, while only dying 6 times. The entirety of the team did tremendously, like you mentioned, they dominated, but Lucky did surprisingly good for someone who has having connectivity issues, right?
No, yeah, I know who's not having connectivity issues. We're going to go ahead and get geared back up. The best host in business here for COD Mobile, you know it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Deanna. What was your thoughts? 3-0 sweep. Did you see it coming, even with the connectivity issues for Lucky?
Not really. I was expecting to maybe a 4th game or maybe a 5th one because we started the hardpoint very promising, but it had a comfortable lead for 117. But then at some point it was that P1 reset that brings 31ers actually closer, and I was like, maybe we're gonna get a 4th game, 5th game. But overall it was a very good hardpoint, right? We did saw at the end, as you said, all of the players from 117 had more than 1 minute on the hardpoint, and that helped a lot. As you said, it was a team that really wanted to win. It was not a big difference between both at the points. I think it was like 30-40 points, but overall 31ers did their best. I believe could be better, but they did the best against a team like 117. They were doing amazing. They had the rotations on point. They were always having the control that they needed in order to win the hardpoint. Going into the S&D, got Karma with his Holger. He hit the nastiest shots. He got multiple times, had like 2-3 kills in a round, so it was a big impact. We did saw General Gore. I actually spectated in one round, and he picked up 2 nasty sniper shots, one after each other. That was actually quite satisfying to watch, and he managed to clutch some of the rounds, but it was not quite enough because when 117 got the lead, they didn't let it. They just took it and go and win. And sending us in the 3rd game, it was all about 117 having the control, the map control, having the spawns on point, and overall doing the good gunfights. They managed to win most of them, having good control over the score streaks and over operators. And overall, they managed to finish in a 3-0. That I was not expecting.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of adversity encountered by the boys over at the Spanish Connection. But through that,
Spanish Connection.
you build a little bit of confidence back up after being kind of like brutally beat on some of those early transitions in the hardpoint. They put together one hell of a hardpoint performance, and in-game is what matters most. It's not how you start. It's not about the middle. Of course, the win is in the details, but it's all about that in-game. Surely enough, they were able to take that game, and I think that's where things just kind of got out of hand for the boys over 30 pointers. But first series down, we got 2 more to go. Who do we have on the horizon next? Is that a local fan favorite that we have next?
Maybe it's gonna be Animus versus Limitless. Yeah, you guys know I'm an Animus fan girl. Okay, I said it last season. I said it now. They are my favorite teams. Obviously, I have other teams like Nova that I liked, but Animus has a special place in my heart. But you know what? We're gonna take a short break because we need a little bit of break. So we're gonna be right back for the next game. Hi guys, and welcome back. Obviously, I'm not screaming anymore because last time someone said that I scared them. I'm sorry. But overall, hi, welcome back. We did have a short break and get ready for the second matchup of tonight. It's gonna be Animus versus Limitless. I'm actually very excited for this matchup as I'm excited for every matchup here tonight and every day. But Humania, do you have any prediction regarding this matchup?
If I'm being honest, I think there's like a 90 to 95% chance we see a 3-0 in favor of Animus. Not only because you love them, but because of Limitless struggles throughout the past few matches, you know?
Yeah.
Good point.
I had to say it.
I do hope after all this cheering for Animus, I get at least a hoodie from them. Hopefully, thank you. Just saying, Animus, just saying. Just saying. But yeah, how about you, Verdict? What are your predictions?
I think just to add on to Gilmania's, amazing point, Limitless have not been the same team that we anticipated for them to show up this season. They have taken 3-0s from teams who, arguably are great teams, but it should have been at least a close matchup, right? It shouldn't have been 3 games and you're out, And then on top of that, to add fuel to the fire, you've got an Animus team who are coming off a loss. It was a almost reverse sweep coming through against a Nova team who put together a solid 5-game spread. Every game for them was great. Animus looked a bit sloppy in game 1, and things started to go back and forth from there, but Nova at no point looked like they were a pushover team. They might have lost 2 maps, but they were very much so in control. So Animus fighting demons inside themselves, they're going to have to put that behind them, but they're also going to have to use that as fuel to their fire against this Limitless team, who, again, is a Stage 5 contender.
I do see both teams are in the lobby. Humania, can you go over the maps very fast?
Absolutely, they are over here. There you go. All right, for the second match of the night, Animus and Limitless. The first map would be some hardpoint on standoff. Moving on to Search and Destroy Summit. Third map of Control on Raid. Number 4 of Hardpoint on Hacienda, and a potential 5th game of some Search and Destroy on Firing Range. The bans from Animus were Takeoff and the Sparrow, while Limitless opted to get rid of Slums and the Purifier.
Alright, Deanna, I just need you to confirm this. Is this a copy pasta from the first best of 5 and just flip-flop the standoff and Summit? Is that basically what we just saw?
Yeah. Yeah, just
right,
some of the games are, yeah.
Yeah, everything else is the same. I was just taking a look at it. I thought it was it. We're going to have Deanna join us back as soon as possible. Hopefully, we see a 3-0 in her eyes. This is exactly what she's wanting to see, but I'm looking at the screen right now, and Limitless, they've got a new toy they want to play with. Raid. I'm not talking about the map. I'm talking about the player. Good night, man. It has been a hot minute since I've seen him in EU. For Mobile Mayhem, at least, he has been one of the most controversial players in this scene. Went through so many accusations, but he's cleared all of the tests.
It's too close. Fight hard.
Even Fur gave him the seal of approval. One of the best players to ever play the game, and we're going to see if he can make an impact. Right now, I'm on board with the GOAT Marvel himself, Raid. Finding first blood, of course, it's just as easy as that. P1 has been a just stomping ground for him so far.
Great job in here. Raid now trying to push from the inside of Granny's, runs out of bullets, and because of Grease's pressure, he gets eliminated. Some good points divided between the two of them. Gathila right now playing with the Kilo. Sometimes this map can be a bit tricky with the assault rifles, and the Kilo more specifically, you gotta make sure that you are aiming on time. I think Boot is also using it. Look at that. The Kilo has not been the weapon that we see the most often, but at least so far in this game, there's not 1, not 2, but 3 fellas using it. And oh, look at that. Drawer is also... Wait, is the Craig Sticks already available?
It's unlocked. We saw it in the first series, but look, I'm taking notes from Tech. Tech says the Kilo is just the best AR in the game. And if you can get away with, a few toe shots and have a little crisp movement, you don't necessarily need anything that fries like, you see it ranked like the Krig. you could get away with the Holger because of its wallbang ability, but the Krig is nothing in comparison to a man with a kilo in his hand. And I take that advice from none other than the Kilo Goat, and that is Tectonic. Right now, the Kilo Goat in this lobby is Boot. He is madman crazy, but it's not going to, be equivalent to getting some points on the board right now. They're going to be suffering on this P2 factory rotation. With the way that things are looking right now, these spawns are not going to flip anytime soon. Boot wants to make the single entry. Grizz is going to take him down, but here comes Raid. He is, oh my god, just running and gunning. Grizz finally shuts him down. He said, I can match that energy and then some. Look at the streaks. Grizz is already madman pocket full. Looking to get that extra little oomph in the Predator missile, but already looking pretty solid right now. He's already earned the Annihilator to go along with it, and with a 44-point advantage, I would hate for him to see, him not be able to earn that Predator and Goliath option. There goes the Predator. He's halfway to the Goliath. There it goes. 2 shots to the Annie. That's all you need.
That's right, and now he's gonna be spawn trapping the enemies in a way if he manages to spot them. Just preventing people from rotating through back alley, but missed the shot onto Boot. Eventually gets taken down, and that could be an issue. No, it doesn't matter. He's either still inside. Rory will find that double kill. Grease still has these score streaks that he's using right now. I definitely feel like that rotation was kind of sloppy by the side of Animus. And well, on the other end, Limitless doing a great job at keeping things under control within the blue house. On the lower side, I think there is Raid. Raid defending alongside with Aether. Aether gets pushed from the top, gets killed. Raid don't answer back, begins to shoot at him, but runs out of bullets rather quickly. Eventually, he does get the kill onto Narx. The Goliath verdict will be immediately used by Grease. He was like, you know what, better to use it right now than for me to just get 2 Goliaths and not use the 2 of them actually here. The problem is that there's no allies to help him out, and the Goliath, as quickly as it dropped from the sky, it is as quickly as it is destroyed by the hands of Limitless.
Yeah, and I was on board for a little bit with Boot, who was also streaking up. He had an Annihilator popped. He earned the Predator missiles. Not going to be able to get his hands on a Goliath, but he's not going to need it to get this little bit of an advantage. Right now, the deficit's about 10 points, and surely enough, they're going to be able to bridge that gap relatively easy. Rasmo going to find 2 there with the Predator missile, and control seems to be in the pockets of Limitless. I say that with a question mark because surely enough, there's 2 players down low lurking, but they're going to be dealt with. Pressure's back on here for the side of Animus to get the breach back into the objective. And but as much of a lockdown hill as this has been in previous games we've seen, it has been, more back and forth than we saw in P2 or P3 at all. The contest, the time, nobody going to be clear victors. We're going to get a split decision right now. The last little bit of crumbs to be grabbed is going to be racked up by Cathilia. Now trying to soak up a little bit of OBJ time, but Rasmo there to deny it and wins the gunny. Cathilla not having the best day in performance so far. 8 kills after the first set of hills. And it's a 19-point lead, we'll see, rolling into this next P1.
Yeah, Rasmo defending at a distance on the top side of Market, finding a few extra kills. He does have the Goliath available, and he is shredding with the Kilo, currently helping his team get to feel comfortable within the inside of the first point. Right now they have 2 defenders, plenty of multiples pushing at the same time. Aether takes 1, goes for 2, but Drari, although pretty low HP, manages to survive. Drari now defending here with his quick 6. So far, not bad numbers for him. 11 so far, but gets pushed over by Hisoka, who is doing a fantastic job. Rasmo, okay, seems like people here within these 2 teams are not too down for waiting for an opportunity. They created it themselves. So far, the last Goliath didn't have that big of an impact. Let's see if Rasmo can take that to a whole new level for him. His allies are there, the trophy systems are down, and that is the greatest rotation I think we've seen so far this game between the players and the Goliath. This should hurt a lot to the Animus players.
Yeah, but you've got to also consider, like, I was taking a look at the bans and whatnot, just trying to wrap my head around what we can see, and of course I can't help but see a ton of Annihilators in the swing of things, so definitely not going to be something that you you get a point where you can take a few shots and maybe it's not as much damage being dealt, but right now damage is just being reaped, and Hisoka might have started slow, but bro is heating up, and it is a problem because he's earned streaks galore as well. So pocket Predator for both Rasmo and Boot. It looks like Rasmo might be able to soak up a little bit more time and maybe even earn a second Goliath. This is looking quite troublesome for Animus right now. You can see it's a 40-point advantage, and it's just continuing to grow. They're going to have to head for the hills and get this early rotation over to Blue. Predator missile, too big for your pants. Hizoka tried to split the two, but it looked like he might have missed, or maybe a trophy was thrown perfectly. Either way, 5 seconds left to go here on this P2 rotation. Big Blue is about to open for business, and Grizz getting caught in the act of chucking the nade. That's one less player you have to defend, and Afer, good night, the slide peek, just gross. They're going to be able to get the full wipe kill. This is not looking good for Animus.
The side of Limitless was crawling, started walking, running. Now it feels like they're flying. They got not one but 3 Goliaths available for them to use whenever they feel like it fits best. Almost getting onto the 200 mark. Afer pushing from the lower side of Blue. Let's see how much damage he can do. Gets into the staircase, but Narks is gonna finish him off. 30 seconds left, and I think, yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They will begin to rotate onto the next kill. They can pretty much be rotating within those Goliaths. Actually, did Rasmo use it? Rasmo already did. And he wants to push. Oh, no, he's not pushing. For a second, I thought he was on the blue house, but this is exactly what I was talking to you about. They will be rotating within those Goliaths. It doesn't matter how much of an RPG you have for yourself. Between the trophy systems and the variety of Goliaths that they own, it is gonna be troublesome for the Limitless members here. Rasmo, the first one to use it, takes the first shot. Drari with Annihilator there will be eliminated by Rasmo. No chance of fighting back for him. 200 points have been reached for Limitless, and this could be the beginning of the end for Animus.
I mean, what in the hell are we seeing out of Limitless? I mean, with all due respect, they got the hell beat out of them the first 3 days we saw them on broadcast. I mean, they've had their, several teams have had their way with them. They have not looked good at all. And right now, they are looking unbeatable against an Animus team who just can't fight back. Is it the raid factor? What's different in this team? Raid obviously not eligible for stage 5. So you're leaning on a crush if you think that's going to save you. Sure, it'll save you here in open play, but I mean, when you get down to a LAN event, you're not going to be able to say, hey, Raid, I need you to pop in and fry for us. Maybe we could use him as a coach. Maybe he motivates the team. I mean, they just look like a better team right now. And right now, they're going to close out the P4. And did they have another Goliath in their pockets that they did not even need to use? Hello?
They did. That's the thing. They had so much utilities that they were using to perfection. It's not only that they had them, but they were taking value off of them. We saw a Goliath pop onto the hands of Animus that was completely destroyed. There was no allies to help him out. I get the idea of trying to rotate early, but to rotate early with a Goliath alone is not necessarily going to be the best strategy if you think about the fact of how vulnerable you're going to be feeling while moving with it. I don't know what to tell you. Limitless, like you mentioned, a complete different team. Raid there with 33 seconds, 29 kills. I did want to ask you about the non-eligibility of Raid. What's the deal there?
So they've already submitted their roster for stage 5, if I'm not mistaken. Raid is also not 18 plus, if I'm not mistaken. I think he may have been like 16 the first years we saw him, 15 maybe even. I don't know his exact age, but I don't think he's stage 5. Or even like remotely close to stage 4 eligible. That's the reason why we didn't see him play. But I think maybe he's of age now. I am not sure. I mean, obviously it was a collective effort by the team. And Raid didn't have to hard carry. I mean, he picked up 33 seconds in a 29-20. But, I mean, the kind of mentality that a player like that brings to you, a little bit of a confidence boost. And Animus kind of got rocked there. So I don't know, man. Raid playing in stage 5, I bet your bottom dollar Animus, or not Animus, but Limitless wishes he was playing, because that was, woo! We'll give the benefit of the doubt to Animus because we saw them struggle in map number 1 on Tuesday against Nova. Maybe they're trying to get their feet, into the swing of things. Definitely would not expect them to go down 2-0 after seeing how well they play Search and Destroy, but then again, this Search and Destroy is on Summit, and this is the map that they lost to Nova on Tuesday on as well. So maybe someone's done their scouting report, maybe someone's done their intel. Who made this map selection? Was this Limitless?
That's a
Yeah,
great
no,
question.
no,
I'm not
it was.
too
It's
sure.
actually Animus. Interesting.
Well, maybe they feel comfortable in it, although they ended up losing. But you know, there's that. I just I as much as we were talking about Raid, I don't think we mentioned that much about Rasmo, or not as much as we should have, because my boy was with a 2.0 KD
Oh
and
yeah.
2 minutes in the hill. Like, dude was not only frying, but was also making sure that the points were being given to the squad, right? A phenomenal job there. And well, the question is, can they snowball this situation? They did a fantastic job at communicating what was gonna happen next on Hardpoint. Can they translate that onto this next game of Search and Destroy? I honestly feel like they can, and this has changed my perspective of them completely, like a true 180. Because like you mentioned, the last 3 days we've seen them, they fight back every now and then.
Yeah.
But it is not only about fighting back, it's about you being proactive, right?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And again, we're gonna head over to Summit for Search and Destroy. One of the things that you mentioned Raswell popping off. We knew he was capable of frying, but I'm taking a look at the stats from Tuesday in comparison to today. There's no way you cannot tell me that Raid isn't having an impact on this roster, because I'm looking at them getting just absolutely destroyed. I mean, ran through the mud against a Team 1, aka, we won't say their name because they can't be mentioned, but you get the picture. And nobody was positive on that day. As a matter of fact, the only person who was positive was Boot, and it was by +1. And Hisoka went net neutral. So we're going to double back to the lobby, and we'll be able to go over a little bit more of those stats too, as I'm looking at it to try and give you a reason why I will continue to praise Raid's presence in this roster, is because they're
Absolutely.
the player that he's subbing in for is Mojito, and I'm not saying Mojito didn't pull his weight, but he is out of the equation. Raid inserts himself in. We see night and day performances out of the team as a whole. I mean, look good, feel good, play good. When Raid's in the building, rip, bro. That's a different beast, I guess.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I'm not too sure whether you could have been there, but we are loading back into the game, so fear not, fellas. We should be on it quite soon. Right. Sorry, I was checking over on Discord, but yeah, I'm intrigued how it's gonna go now on S&D. Like you mentioned, maybe that positive energy or that IGL, whatever that might be, coming down from Raid, has worked on game 1. It could work on game 2. We'll have to wait and see. What I do not quite remember is what Raid usually plays with. Usually the SMGs could be. He does, right? Or
he's very aggressive. He can do anything. I mean, he's a freak of nature. He can run the LMG. He can run the sniper. He can run the SMG and be aggressive. We saw that it fit his play style in game number 1. It looks like that's what he's gonna keep here in game number 2 as the Search and Destroy starts up. It's first blood. It's Riz getting dropped. Rasmo continued to hit those shots. He was a demon on Tuesday as well, and starting off as a double positive in the hard point. Right now, he's got a 1-0 KD right now. Boot going to be able to add fuel to the fire. He's going to be able to take down Narcs. Even with this bomb plant going down, you kind of be, a little less confident for this Animus team now, as they've got 2 players left to defend. And, well, you got Marvel, so we'll give them an opportunity to strike. There it goes. Hitting it while it's hot, but it is a bad thing. Gathilla's going to drop. Marvel's all on his own. They're going to be able to hop the bomb defuse. So it's a C4. They don't take the bait. Rounds the corner. He's shut down. Round in favor of Limitless.
yeah, Marvel tried it with that shorty, but not possible. Actually, his corpse begins to be ran over by none other than Rasmo with that sniper. 3 kills for him that round. That is a point going immediately in favor of Limitless. A great round even for them, but let's see how Animus gets the answer back. Animus now with the opportunity to change the pace of things if they can find a way to do so. So far, they are struggling for the first game. They're pushing forward on game 2. Going with a bomb, that's Gathilla. Gathilla pushing forward. Ooh, Narcs takes the first shot
onto Rasmo, which is a huge kill for the squad. Nox then gets sniped himself by his Hisoka. Boot dies to the hands of Drory. Few kills traded in and out of both teams. That is going to be a minute and a half left with a 4-3 situation in favor of Animus. They started quite alright, at least on round 2, as Drory picks yet another kill for him.
Oh, yeah, baby. He's making it look good. The snipes are crisp. Right now, the scouting report tells you that the A side was wide open, and it did not fail you. Grizz is wrapping a mean little flank, and guess what? Aford is last player alive. We'll see if he can cause a little bit of chaos before he drops, but, I mean, it's 1v4. It's a similar scenario that we saw Marvel in last time around, and this time the shoe's on the other foot. It's Drory who's going to be able to put the backstab in. 1-for-1 we go. Big round for Animus. If you remember back to Tuesday, they struggled a lot on the attack, and that was ultimately their demise in the overtime. Well, they only picked up 2 rounds on the attack as they flipped sides, and it was the last 2 rounds on their attack. So the fact that they were able to find success early on, it's a good sign. Limitless, though, they've been the talk of town, but Marvel, he's in a league of his own. I'm not talking about a Tom Hanks movie. That movie was crappy, bro. I'm talking about him, man. He is a beast. Oh! Almost catches Raid off guard, but it's Raid who's going to be able to put the damage in, and he's going to be able to get some more on Drari, but Drari's going to get the better of him. Aford's the last one alive yet again. 1v4 scenario. There's a pattern here.
Yeah, doing better, Aford. 1v4, bomb is planted. He gets spotted. Drory, I think yet again playing with a
place.
Chris, if I'm not mistaken.
That was the same place he died last round, in the 4v1. By Drari. Sorry. I'm a little nerd. I just...
I didn't realize how similar it was. I figured there were some similarities, but not as big as you mentioned it here. Well, Drory this time immediately eliminated by Bood. Then Gathila gets revenge over his dead body as he gets that kill, and also bomb is going to be planted by Gathila now, trying to take a fend. There's Grease on the opposite end, gets a kill into Rasmo, but dies to the hands of Hisoka. And that is yet again Rasmo completely denied any sort of true action within this past 3 rounds now, which is bad news for Limitless, but let's see if they can still come up with something. Hisoka and Raid both getting a kill each, leading to Marvel to be in a 1v3. Hisoka finds that last kill, that sniper shot onto Marvel, while Aford is the one defusing the bomb. We're gonna be having this one up tied once again. But I gotta say, I don't know, like those 3 kills by Rasmo at the beginning of the game were really clean. But now that's been 3 rounds where he hasn't done absolutely anything.
Well, I mean, this is a kind of a, you know, the pros and cons of sniping on Summit, right? The good thing is your teammates have done a great job of scouting. They knew exactly where, you know, Marvel was going to be in that last little round. They knew that the intel told them Gondola was going to be a hot spot, and sure enough, the wall bangs prevailed. Right now, it's Grizz. Oh my god, if you would have won that boot, I would have probably flamed you. We would have dropped the title of French Eminem. But the intel tells you, just like Drari knew where Aford was going to be, those 2 rounds that they won back-to-back, you kind of saw how the round developed, and it was a 3v3, how the Limitless roster adapted and almost knew exactly where, you know, players would normally be when they're alive. So right now it's going to be another A-side hit. Bomb's going to go down. 40 seconds on the clock. It's a 4v4 retake. We'll see if maybe more numbers kind of throws off the algorithm. Drari's going to be caught flat-footed. He's going to get dropped. Nobody in Gandhi. You got Gathila, who's replaced himself. He's in a cheeky little spot, but I'm going to be honest, with Aford wrapping on through with a nasty flank, he's going to draw a lot of attention. It's all going to be on Gathila. Big shots there from Narcs. He's going to be able to take down Aford, and 3v3, make it 2v3. Raid, and some damage. Bomb's going to be hopped. Hisoka was ballsy, but it's not going to pay off. Raid isn't going to win the gunny either, and that's the 3 in the feed, and that is going to be a round in favor of Animus. Already breaking up the statistics of their win percentages on the attacking side in this Summit map.
Gotta say that I did get a little bit worried as they were getting they began to shoot at the player defusing that bomb. I almost thought that Hisoka could have done it, but obviously he couldn't. He was a few seconds short from defusing that explosive device. Well, right now, Gathila is going to be pushing quite aggressively alongside with the squad. Wiz takes a kill. Grease ends up dying, but then Gathila gets that knock, immediately planting the bomb, putting in a lot of aggression here. Afer gets a knock, but eventually gets knocked out as well. Still a player advantage going in favor of Animus, doing a fantastic job at being aggressive. Drory picks up yet another kill. Rasmo was left alone. Rasmo with a quick shot onto Drory. One was not planted though. I thought it was.
I was looking, I was like, I know for sure Gathila hopped that bomb real quick, but I guess the pressure got to him, and you know, it kind of stopped it, so that might be a plus for Rasmo. Give him a little bit more time to recoup and regen and reposition, but he's going to keep knocking at the same angle. One player up top in Gathila, one in Marvel, the split. We'll see if it pays off. Isolated is Gathila. As you can see, Rasmo is making his way longly but surely. A lot of time being wasted now. Can't make any wrong moves. That dead silence stops. You are dead in the water right now. Marvel has cleared all of the angles on the backside. Now he is almost 100% pinpointed the location, but it's Rasmo who's been able to slip through the cracks. As soon as he hops that bomb, the intel is going to be got. Marvel's going to hit the shot. And that's going to be the 4-2 lead as we flip sides. And this map alone, very defensive-oriented. Animus striking when it was necessary. They are able to put up 4 points on the board. That's absolutely marvelous for them.
I mean, the side of Limitless just could not stop Animus. The aggression, the aggressiveness was on match. I think they planted the bomb like, what, 4, 5 times even? It was pretty tough for the Limitless fellas to actually stop them, and, well, for that same reason, they have been losing now. Rotating all the way around. Keep an eye open for Drory and Grease. Drory right now being the closest to the opponents. Let's see what he can do with the Crick 6. Turns to the right, but surprise body there actually to the left. Grease does take the kill onto Rasmo. They know where Grease is at. Grease gonna find a double onto Afer. My god, looking for a triple, getting it! Drory gets a kill, only one member alive, that's Hisoka, Drory, and Grease. Aggression is on match. The two of them going all the way around. No one knew what was coming their way. It was just crazy. Those two, they were so surprising. The second they tried to answer back against them, there was the other player to be doing the exact same thing. Great job by them, though.
Great coordination. I mean, you get a peek and you don't overextend. You allow a little bit of pressure from your spawn site to dictate where Boot looks, and then sure enough, Grizz gets to drop on him. Right now, it's the payoff round. Grizz and Drory still being madmen, but Gathila going to get dropped. Grizz is up top. A lot of action down low. Raid, if he hops up, he's going to be downed. Marvel's going to get out. Boot going to be able to pick up his 5th. And Afer, who has not really contributed to the cause so far, needs to win a big gunny. Thank God for Boot. He's going to be able to add a little bit more value into it. He's going to be able to take one less Animus player out of the mix, but the two demons in the lobby still lurking. And we'll see if they can find a way to make it happen. And Drory's going to get dropped. Hisoka going to be able to pick up his 5th. And with that being said, Grizz is now left alone. 1v4 style. Bomb made its way over to the A side successfully. The peek there. Hisoka wide open. Butt naked Chow. Bomb's going to go down. Boot going to eat some bullets, but he's going to be able to escape the movement for Grizz. He's cracked. He's a madman. 2 players left standing. It's Raid. Right here on the bottom case of the stairs. He's going to get tunnel vision. Raid's going to win the gunny, and what could have been a marvelous clutch. It's not going to be but failure. Oh, hell. Yeah. I mean, a little shake and bake, a little 2-step, a little just nasty with it. Joe Woe of COD Mobile right there.
My boy Grease had some fireworks on his back, allowing him to move at an ungodly speed throughout the map. It was just wild in there. Finally got on to the bullet fire of the enemies, but still, Jesus Christ. Now this time around, Marvel will find the first blood with the sniper. Marvel in a great angle waiting for the next one, but no one would walk by, at least just yet. The next one is Gathila doing a lot of damage onto Hisoka, but not finding that last shot needed to get that kill. Coming from the top, there's Afer. Now on the bot side of these staircases, patiently waiting for someone to be spotted. He's in a tricky spot. He could be easily spotted, but he has not been because of the aggression of his allies, as he now goes for the kill and takes it with a headshot onto Gathila. That is going to be putting in the numbers in their favor. Afer going to hear an enemy pushing through the stairs. That is Grease. Grease takes a kill. Grease turns around. Ah, bad timing for Grease. gets spotted by Afer. Afer now going for the double kill. Oof. The movement was just too clean by Marvel, but still gets knocked out by Rasmo from behind. Narx is left alone, and now Animus is suffering through the same aggression that they were having to prove themselves on the first half of this game. Bomb has been planted though. Marks 1v2 will find Hisoka in front of him. Point blank, lands the shot with
Let
a
it
quick
rip.
scope onto Hisoka. That's
Oh, I could just imagine. If we were land right now, I'd be like jumping up and down. Narcs now in a 1v1. He gets it to body shots.
No!
It's very tempting. It's a 1v3 clutch. It's Narcs. He's doing 360s. 18 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time to celebrate. And baby, if we were in full in person right now, I could just imagine everybody in the crowd going, wow, that was a magnificent clutch for the boys over at Animus. And he has got to be jumping up and down in his seat. He's the greatness right now. He's going to be able to pull his fair share in his weight, man. Look at that. 6 kills on board for the Madman Narcs. They're just madly cracked right now. It's the map point. Animus, they have found a stroke of genius and a lot of success on both ends. They only need one more round on the defense.
Rory now, well, finds that kill. Immediately the answer back by the hands of Hisoka. This do or die situation for Limitless, and they are losing member after member with the, I think that was the C4 there being used. That's right. We're not ready for it. Ray though gets a kill into Rory. Gotta be cautious, all pressure onto them. 3 versus 2. Bomb not under control. Marvel with a sniper. Raid is gonna be left alone, and Verdict. This is beginning to look a lot like Animus has it in the back. Has it in the back, sorry.
Oh, it's starting to
Oh,
look a
boy.
lot like Christmas. No, it's not Christmas.
Hey.
It's Animus Day. They fell short of, I mean, it was a massive L in map number 1. They put on a spectacular show here in the Search and Destroy so far. 1 player left to deal with. Sheer impact player of the game from number 1, but the Search and Destroy, he's put up some solid numbers. It's a 1v3. Can he bring it back for the boys over at Limitless and extend this game to another round? Maybe get a little bit of a chance. Right here, he's going to get the island of Gadilla all on his lonesome. Make him pay the price with the bomb. Look at it. It's 25 seconds on the clock. It's out in Neverland. And with a slide underneath, you can almost instantly tell that Marvel knows what's happening. The hop up, they're not fooled, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to control, all tied up after that 7-3 win in favor of the boys in red over at Animus.
My goodness, Nards, that round was a key part of that victory at the end. Because let me tell you, that 1v3, I truly thought that Limitless was going to get it, but they were not ready to deal with those quickscopes by Nards. It was insanity, insane from him, and well, a well-deserved victory. I don't know what to tell you, man. These 2 games have been really fire from Limitless, really fire from Animus now. And I don't know what's coming next. We're moving on to a game of control, but right now, looking at the numbers, sort of similar within the between one another, but a clear kill advantage in favor of Animus. I mean, a 7-3, there has to be a kill advantage indeed, but I cannot get over the fact that he landed that shot onto Hisoka. He was literally less than a meter away from him. He landed that shot like he was nothing. Literally like he was nothing.
No, absolutely. And I mean, we were talking about, you know, the amount of like plants we saw come through on the first 6 rounds for Animus. It was 6 in total. So that'll just tell you, I mean, when you're talking about executing a game plan, those guys absolutely followed it to a T. And a better performance than we saw at all on against Nova on Tuesday. So, you know, if you're wondering why I'm taking so long to get everything together, I'm trying to look for a meme so that way you can actually see what I was, my face was like when everything went down in that 1v3 clutch. This was, just give me a moment right now. We're gonna head over to Control. What map are we looking at? Is it Raid?
I think so. It is, yeah. Look at that. We've been getting a lot of control raid lately. Am I? It has
No,
been,
we
right?
have in EU. It seems to be a favorite. Not quite sure why. Usually we see slums in NA. I mean, it's a mix of things. As I've got the yeah, there we go. This was literally me, chat, whenever I saw that 1v3 clutch come through. That is my face right there. And I could imagine that would probably be it if we were at a land event. It's the Joe Rogan one from where, you know, somebody gets knocked down. They're like, oh my God!
Oh.
Ah! You guys get the picture.
Yeah.
You get the vibes. You know what I'm talking about.
I think I do.
Watch the stream. You're going to have to see it. It's perfect fitting. After that 1v3 for him, the point blank twice, and then the body shot. I mean, I think he shot one, and then he was like, nope, I'm disciplined. We're going to move on. Great respect for the Madman Narcs. It was a hell of a game. I mean, for both Limitless and Animus. I mean, Animus didn't earn that for free. It was a rocky first few rounds, and altogether, Limitless just looked like a better team than we've ever seen this season. So, also another reference, Nims called me out on it. A League of Their Own is not a bad movie. It's actually a really great movie, but in comparison to the snipes that Marvel brings to the table, it's completely irrelevant. So, all right, we're good to go. Map number 3, the control on raid. Getting ready to chill it out and Summit. Well, we're gonna warm it back up for some Hollywood Hills, California. Let's go.
Right. Let's get right into it. Game number 3. I just saw that game that
yeah, that was me. That was me.
Nice. Yeah. I was definitely I just could not wrap my head around the fact that he landed those shots, but we gotta move on. We gotta move forward. This is game number 3. This is some control, and I want to go with Narcs because surprise, surprise, he's back with the sniper. This time around, it's an XPR. Lands the first shot onto Hisoka. Gonna put on nightmares on Hisoka's dreams tonight with those sniper shots. Like Jesus Christ, still not gonna be enough. You know, the fight pretty stopped by the hands of Limitless, at least so far. Finally, some sort of control by Raid, but gets spotted by Narcs. Narcs, yet again with those sniper shots, being quite sneaky, but the live situation, you know, kind of going in favor of in favor of Limitless right now.
It is, and Rasmo says, hey, Narcs, I can do it too. He's got 2 on board. It's the XBR. It's the battle dressed, and he is dressed to impress. And right now, they're going to be able to get the ticks in. The headshot's just so dang nasty, Rasmo. Talk dirty to me. The XPR 50, it's gross, it's grotesque, but man, I've never seen a hotter gun here in Raid. Is right now, Narcs has got 4 on board, Rasmo's got 3 himself, he's got a little bit of a combo. They're going to be able to get the D done on the B site. More importantly, that's going to extend the clock now. 2 life advantage in favor, looking to make it 3. Now the shot's coming through and make it 4. Grizz there to quickly answer with a number back of his own, and well, we got a classic on our hands. I was expecting this one to be an easy 3-0 for Animus, but we saw the kind of mentality that Limitless brought to the table. We can never discount him after a raid performance that we've seen him. Can he go big here in this raid map, though? That is the real question.
All so far, quite close, like you mentioned. 18-16, as we are only thinking about the A side now. Godzilla finds that double kill. That's the first 2 kills for him. And he's now pushing for more. Ooh, Godzilla going onto enemy's territory. Will find the opportunity to do some damage, but he does take damage himself too, so decides to go back out. Afer, not really sure where Godzilla could be at, but because of that same uncertainty, gets sniped by Marvel. So many snipers are used right now. At some point there was like 4. I don't think that they know where Godzilla is at.
Oh boy.
Marvel is putting them at bay. What's that? Who are you spectating here?
That was just such a nasty flick from Rasmo. He is, I mean, if this gun doesn't get banned for stage 5, I'll be super shocked. It is so broken. Right now, it's Animus breaking the feed, right? They're going to have a 4 life advantage and struggles here in Paradise. As the boys over at Limitless are dead in the water trying to make these rotations through. Narc's going to be able to sign seal and deliver that shot in form of a heady. And 3 lives to 8. This is all but over here. 9 seconds left to go. You're in a pinch. You're in a bind. You're not going to get anything going. That B cap looked pretty promising, but What kind of strats to get onto that A site and time expiring as well as your lives? I mean, back was against the wall, nowhere to go. And of course, Animus, they're going to be able to earn a few streaks off of it. You look at Marvel, that's not a hunter killer in his first streak slot. That's actually a predator, as he's playing for the EMP for his third.
Ooh, so let's see what Marvel's up to, taking a lot of damage. The immediate attention going for Alpha, and the one defending is Grease, but gets spotted by Rasmo. A Pred missile will be used, not gonna connect onto anybody. The wasted Pred missile. Let's see now Narx what he can do with Annihilator. Finds a kill onto Bood. Now looking at Money. He knows that someone is going to be peeking around that corner. Turns around, takes that kill. Onto Aether, looks for more. Misses another shot, but takes that kill. Onto Bood. Narx now spawn trapping the enemies with the Annihilator. Finally going to be killed. The next one to be pushing into the same area is Marvel. But unfortunately for him, he ran out of time with an Annihilator. But not out of time of the XPR. Finds one, goes for two, takes it onto Aether. XPR insane now. He's on an 8 spree and still has this Goliath available. Let's see what he can do with a pistol. He knows that someone's close. He's just got no clue how close that is. In here pushing with the Deagle. Not the best option. Gets knocked out at the end. Another Pred missile will be used and wasted. That is 2 for 2. Pred missiles used and not a single bit of value for the side of, I think both were from Animus, right? What's going on there with the Pred missiles?
Yeah, I mean, look, they got a little too greedy on the first one. The second one, I tried to catch it in real time, but it wasn't happening. Grizz is going to earn a Pred for himself, so we'll hope that, you know, the mistakes from round 2 don't come back to haunt this Animus squad. It doesn't look like it's going to. 8 life advantage, make it 7-6. But they've done the hard work. They've gotten the B site on. They've extended the clock. We got streaks galore, 2 Goliaths. We were talking about Goliaths being a massive factor in game number 1. I don't think they're going to have as much of an impact here in this control game. As you can see, I mean, they're doing plenty without streaks. Even when they use them, they're not finding a lot of success out of them. The Gunnies have just been absolutely impeccable right now. Narc's going to be able to take the wig off at 1. Grizz going to peek inside of the money room for the heist. The hits on. Rage dropped. Raid map number 3. Control round number 2. 2 for 2. Successful on both the attack and the defense. Animus shining bright like a diamond right now, my guy.
And the thing is, the Limitless members are not looking bad throughout the majority of these rounds, but then at the very end, they begin to struggle like crazy, not really getting control, not really getting any sort of momentum. And like you mentioned, that's 2 for 2 in favor of Animus. They may be losing Pred missiles, but they're not losing the opportunity to win against Limitless so far in here. Now, with a lot of aggression, we're going to have plenty of members of Limitless onto the enemy's throws. Now looking to push forward. I'm looking at Hisoka. Hisoka hears that there's someone behind him, goes for the kill, but Godzilla with the drop shot. Going to take him down. It seems like that didn't work as expected. They have been losing a little bit of time, but they're still looking to get inside. The only one defending here is Marvel with the XPR for the ringside. Marvel still alive, fighting back against the opponents. There's another one inside, but Gerard gonna help him out. Timer could be getting tricky now for Limitless, as they have not gotten any sort of control from any of these 2 objectives.
No, yeah, it's 30 seconds before the strike, before the clock strikes midnight right now. We're going to get a Cinderella story here for the boys over at Raid, or is Raid just going to be way too overwhelming for them? Right now, it's Marvel. He's putting in work. He is holding down the fort, and it is looking beautiful. Finally, a little bit of signs of life. And guess what? Just as soon as you see signs of life, you see signs of a Goliath being popped. 12 seconds left to go. 3 players stacking the hill. Make it just 1 to deal with, but the SMRS is going to put a little bit of damage on it. 9 seconds left. Nobody's there for the hill. And this might be it. 5 seconds left to go. Raid's up top. He's causing a little bit of problems. But what's a Goliath to a Raid? Gunny, nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a 2-1. Shoes on the other foot. This is not a night where you're going to be able to kiss Prince Charming, Limitless. This is Prince Charming coming through and absolutely giving you the projection button. My God. Too many puns. I know I gotta stop, bro. I'm having too much fun with this, though. I'm just saying.
No. You got it. You got it. Continue forward.
The clock strikes, you know, midnight. You gotta be ready for. Yeah, you know what? It's what it is. It was a ball. It was an affair. It was a hell of a control game for Animus, and if you're fans of the red pack, my God, you might be smoking it right now. Good freaking night. 22-9. Those are the MVP kind of stats that I'd like to see from your stage 4. The MVP nonetheless.
Oh, I'm looking right now at the overall scoreboard. Look at Narcs. Next, Narcs again popping up. 22 kills, dying 9 times. I mean, look at everybody on their side. Maybe Drory ended up dying a little bit more than expected, than wanted, but my goodness, it does make sense for a 3-0. Incredible performance from them. I gotta say, I question a bit that Goliath decisioning. That position for it, that moment, but it worked out to perfection purely because of the time, right? At the end of the day, that Goliath was just there to put a statement of don't get close right now. The problem is that right now was the same exact second that the members of Limitless had to get inside. They could not get it destroyed on the moment that was needed, and well, at 2-1, like you mentioned, flipping the coin around. Now Animus with the lead. Now Limitless yet again struggling. We'll go to a 4th map of Hardpoint on that was on Takeoff? Where was that again? On Hacienda, pardon me. We are going to Hardpoint on Hacienda. I don't know what to expect. I think there's definitely an opportunity for us to go to a game 5, but it's still not gonna be easy for Limitless if they're not careful enough.
I'm right there on board, and my mic was muted. Good night. I was talking and I wasn't saying anything. I'm such a bot. I don't know what to expect either. This is a map 4. I had to refresh my memory to see if it served me correctly. It is on Hacienda because that was not the ban that we saw came through for either of these teams. So we are going to play it out. This is going to be a very, very team coordinated map. We're going to see if the team chemistry that, I mean, is possibly the most superior in EU for Animus to prevail, or if we're going to see the raid be another factor for Limitless' success. I mean, we saw how much he impacted this team in map number 1. Map number 2 and 3, it's kind of back to the same Limitless squad that we saw from games past. We'll see if a little bit of a refresh, maybe a little bit of hard point, maybe gets the Jets back going. But right now, the blower's on and it's in full effect. Animus are lighting up the feeds, they're lighting up the town. They are looking to light this Limitless team on fire. And what a better way to do it than to do it at just a beautiful hillside manor of Hacienda, man. I mean, the vineyards are nice, the fences are great. The garage, it's packed full of just beautiful cars, my guy. Absolute beautiful, man.
Right, that's right. And as time goes on, I've been feeling like a lot more people are beginning to like it, right? I think the biggest issue with Hacienda was the fact that I think we got it only on domination at first, and oof, that was so hurtful to see. I feel like Hacienda domination was not it whatsoever, and as time went on, domination got out, and Hacienda was played on other game modes. It felt a whole lot more smooth, and yeah, definitely one of the cool options here. And so it begins. Verdict, what could be the last between the two of Animus and Limitless. I want to go with Rasmo, who just got knocked out. Never mind. Who should we expect getting here first?
I'm on board with Boot. He's trying to act, well, never mind, he just gets dropped through. A case of the caster curse in full effect. Drari is picking up 2. Third one for Grizz is going to come through, but he's going to get shut down too. This map is a blender if you allow it to be. Right now, the focus here in the middle side of the map. It's the courtyard of the manor. It is an absolute 360-degree angle that you got to cover. Very similar to that of Takeoff, but it's a lot more. It's a lot closer and a lot more personal. Right now, focus here for the boys over at Limitless. They're trying to get the early setup for that garage hit. With that being said, what is looking like a bigger lead coming through off of P1 might benefit the side of Animus for a late break on that P2 objective. We know how hard it is to get inside of the garage as soon as it is open up for business. But the motorcycles are here. The yellow Lamborghini is here. Maybe it's a Ferrari. I don't think it's a yellow Ferrari, but it is what it is. Gathilla, he is trying to become a synchronized swimmer. Is going to be able to find one, but dancing and hopping back onto safe grounds, he gets dropped. So initial advantage is going to be in favor of the side of Animus. So the break comes through, and what happens on the outside of the perimeter absolutely just devours Limitless, but they're looking for the retake, and they're going to get it with 3 being better than 1. So plenty of time to scrap for us. 35 seconds left to go. 45 to 15. Still in favor of Animus.
That's right, still in their favor. 30 seconds left. Girardi now trying to push inside, but gets spotted by Hisoka. Hisoka putting up a defense as he gets 2 kills. Now turns around, goes for the triple, and gets it. Hisoka killing it here now. Falls to the ground because of shots through the wall, but it doesn't matter. His allies are still alive. The only one there is Raid. Raid with the Pred missile. Raid's still alive now, and he will be freely getting the remaining scrap time of it. Now rotating onto the... Oh my god, Raid already got the Goliath. I don't think has he died yet?
That's a great question.
Oh, he has.
3 times. He's on a 7 combo, though, so he's died 1 time, but it's technically 8 because he just picked up that Pred. So it's a 7 with the Gunny, 1 with the Preddy. They got to find a way to deal with the damage. And right now, with them taking control of the top side of the office, this might be poor timing here for Animus. They're going to be clean wiped off the objective. Office looks over the vineyard right here, the fences. There's not very many options to conceal yourself, but rolls a flip, the top side control. Now not going to be a factor. It's the warehouse as the hits coming from Animus left and right. They're going to be able to get back on the hill. They're going to be able to gain the lead right back in their possession. And again, this is a team, very, very team-based map, especially in hardpoint. You've got to be collective with your pushes. You got to be collectively on the hill. And I'd be surprised to see if anybody has, on the winning team, less than 30 seconds, even less than 45 seconds of objective per player. And you can mark my words here. If Animus does it, it's going to be a miracle.
Well, let's wait and see now. Marvel begins to rotate onto the next area. Finds a trophy system. Marvel almost killed himself with a hunter-killer drone, but realized that there was a trophy to prevent that from happening. Now his allies are trying to push in the vicinities of point number 4, but there's Hisoka to help him out. 3 Annihilators popped out at the same time by the hands of Limitless. They are not someone to be messing around with, but now answering with the same energy. We got 2 more now by the hands of Animus. Green's pushing from behind, Nox from the front, and Girardi as well. Everybody decided to use their Annihilator. I feel like we saw, what, 6 on this kind of like 30 seconds. The Pred Mist from Boot will get a double kill in there, but still will not be enough as Nox remains on the inside with the Holger ready to be shooting at 2, to be shooting at 3 with that. Oh my god. Nox. This dude loves to be just so overwhelmingly powerful in some specific situations. He's not even over with. Looking for more narcs on a 6-spree. Looking for the 7th one out through the wall. Barely missing the last shot. Goes for it and takes it. Makes it of his own. Narcs. Oh my goodness. Now with a Pred missile. Another opportunity to take another kill. This dude is now frying for the squad, and that is bringing the advantage home back into the hands of Animus here.
Yeah, he's trying to circle streaks too. Look, he's going to go ahead and pop the Hunter Killer. He's working on a Predator. He's already got the Goliath. We'll see if he can be able to get that down for that early P2 rotation. But right now, they are just soaking up all the free time in the world. With that, if you're just going to give me points for my score streaks, I'll take it kindly. Right now, Raid's finally going to have the answer, as well as Rasmo coming through. They're going to be able to clear it out, and a little bit of struggle in Paradise here in the Hacienda map. This hardpoint could be a blender, as I mentioned earlier, but I feel like what negative vibes bring to the competitive scene on this map for hardpoint, it makes up for when we see it in Search and Destroy. It makes up for when we see it in Control. They're both beasts of a map, or beasts of a game mode for this map, but hardpoint is only bad if you allow it to be. Right now, it's all about this advantage over on P2. It is a scramble to the objective, and guess what? Animus, they're going to be the last ones standing strong here on the hill. They're also going to go ahead and get a Goliath down, and plenty of trophies to go along with it. Narc's going to be able to reap the benefits, and Raid still holding his from last P2. Nowhere in sight to go ahead and contest.
Okay, Narcs putting in a lot of pressure. We're seeing a little bit of damage from behind by Rasmo, but still not gonna be enough. Raid now trying to push. Plenty of score streaks are being taken, and a lot of impact onto Animus' hands with almost 100 points lead. They are pretty much doing the exact same thing that they suffered upon the side of Limitless on game number 1. They are the ones with things under control. They are the ones with 100 points lead, nearly ramping up here now. They're trying to push, they're trying to get inside, good, with an RPG just roaming around this bar with a trophy system. He pretty much kills himself. The next one to push follows through the same path. 10 seconds of scrub time, and that was a near perfect time for Animus here. And it's getting tougher now for Limitless. They have had 2 marvelous game number 1 and 2. Third one, they struggle in game number 4. They're struggling again, Verdict.
Oh, they are, and right now you can see Raid knows what's up for state. Is now or never. He's gonna go ahead and pop the Goliath, but look out for it. He's gotta go. There's no one there to help. The Annihilators are gonna deal the damage. All 5 of them pop. Holy hell! They're looking to shut this one out, man. We're not looking at a game 5. We're shutting it here in Hacienda, baby. All or nothing. Make or break it. Streaks are racking up, bro. I'm looking at it. Grizz is gonna go ahead and pop his Predator missile. He's looking for his Goliath. There goes the Hunter Killer. Reaping the benefits. He's going to get the time. He's going to get the Goliath as well. And baby, Narcs now with another Goliath in his pocket. Grizz almost flirting with that second Goliath. But it's going to be the Preddy that's going to shut down the push. 29 seconds here for the boys over at Animus to shut this one out. And we're looking for a pulse check on Limitless. It looks like they might be flatlined.
I don't think I've ever seen a 5-man Annihilator use at the same time. It was just insane. They still don't get the dub, but they are mere 21 seconds away from it. Now they begin their task of getting control, and surprise, surprise, there's another Goliath into the mix, this time by the hands of Narcs. Only 10 seconds are needed. There's an Annihilator by the hands of Hisoka. Coming from behind, Hisoka takes 1, Hisoka takes 2, Hisoka takes 3, goes for the kill number 4. The problem is the Goliath has way more health for you to come through. Only 6 seconds are needed. The kill are coming through. The defense is just enough for the hands of Animus. They struggle. They lost game number 1, but ladies and gentlemen, they are gonna be the winners nonetheless against Limitless with a 3-1 fashion. A great turn of events as they could not execute on the first game of Hardpoint. After that, they were making these games their own. GG, well played. That was the biggest difference we've seen so far tonight. Kinda, you know, a little bit troublesome for Limitless as how black and white they can be, because game 1 was pure white, but game 3, game 4, it was just darkness within them.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, 9-day performances. And something that I mentioned too, I mean, maybe it was Animus just trying to get warmed up. Limitless looked damn good in that standoff hardpoint, but they look far from good past that. Everything past that first hardpoint looked just not appropriate. It just did not look like, you know, gearing up for stage 5. Even with Raid being in the facility, it didn't make a difference. He didn't have that impact. And I'll just tell you, one player can't win you a series. They can win you a game, can't win you a series. It's teamwork that came through and prevailed on this one. I'm looking at the left-hand side of my screen. Narcs is going to be your MVP. Why? Because he picked up 2 Goliaths in 3 minutes and 3 seconds on the hill with a 31 and 14 KD. 3 minutes. Holy hell.
3 minutes.
Yeah. And then on top of that, everyone else is like 45, close to 45. But then you got Grizz with 33 seconds. I mean, this is a very, very team-oriented hardpoint map, and I think that's why a lot of players hate this map, especially on rank, because when you're ranking, you're probably playing solo. If you're playing with a unit, you're going to select whatever map's not Hacienda. So if you're solo queuing and Hacienda happens to make it into the selection and happens to win the votes, of course you're going to be tossed in there with people who have no idea what to do. Animus, they know what to do. They executed it flawlessly after the first set of rotations. What was that? Only like 20 points racked up by the side of Limitless? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
They're in shambles. I'll tell you who's not in shambles. You already know it. You got a smile on your face, you're laughing, you're like, yeah. Look, after game 1, how down bad were you, Deanna?
not, because I believe the Animus is gonna win. Okay, I am a true fan.
No!
Guys,
No. Okay,
Guys,
maybe I believe. All right.
No,
Okay.
I was nicely impressed on the side of Limitless after we did some, and as you guys said earlier, they kind of had a rough start, right? This season, but seeing the hard point, I was like, that's actually good. They actually did a good job, and you keep saying about that player Raid. Okay, so I was surprised, obviously, but I'm still a true Animus fan, guys. I'm still expecting my hoodie, please. Thank you. But yeah, we did start with a good lead on the side of Animus. We did saw Grease getting his Goliath early, but as early he got it, he actually got shut down, and then that give Limitless a good time on the OBJ and make it closer. And actually, that was the point when Limitless started getting a good advantage and win the first hard point. Going into the S&D, it was close, obviously, but we do know that Animus is one of the best S&D team in EU, so I was like, okay, it is close, but we're gonna see how it will be at the end. We did saw Narc's clutch 1v3, it was amazing. We all saw the meme, okay, it was amazing. I was like that too. And also Raid on the side of Limitless had such a good performance. Going into the control game, we did got a 3-0. It was all about the control that Animus had. Defense, offense, they had it all. They even had the Goliath to seal the third round from Grease. And again, a player that actually popped off a lot, it was Narcs. And going in the hard point, okay, I was like, it may be gonna be close, right? Again, but it was definitely not close. It was definitely not close because Animus started with a lead, and then in the P2, Limitless get a little bit closer, but it was not enough because Narcs with his Holger was all over the place and getting streaks, getting his Goliath, and overall having a good control. And I do believe he had like 3 minutes on the OBJ too. He was doing everything. So overall, I'm very, very pleased with this game. I'm happy that finally Limitless, I had the chance to see Limitless winning at least one game. Right, they did amazing, and hopefully in the future we're gonna see them more. But as I said, I'm a true Animus fan. So yeah, after fangirling, okay, it's over. Again,
I'll let you have your moment to shine. I'll let you have your moment for, you know, just telling everybody how excited you were to see Animus come through and prevail. I do have a little bit of words of encouragement for Limitless. You've got a solid roster. Obviously, you haven't had much luck in Mobile Mayhem so far. But the good thing is, it's Mobile Mayhem. It's not Stage 5. Okay, so you have a little bit of time.
They can improve.
It kind of seems like, you know, I have the same conversation with people about that NYSL Mayhem roster in NA. They have talent. They have everything they need to succeed. They're just not executing right now. It's just been a little bit of back and forth, and I'm hoping that Limitless is in that same case. Maybe we see a well-crafted team put together before now and then, but that time is slowly coming to a dwindle. I mean, we're less than 2 months away. Tuesday was 2 months exactly, and time is just going to fly by until then. So you've got a little bit of it left. Make great use of it. Don't rely on a crutch in a player who's not going to be competing, and that's my only words of advice. I'm not saying don't play with Raid, because obviously if you need to play and you don't have a fifth, Raid is obvious choice to, you know, fill in, but invest in the players who are going to be competing and make that the priority, because Raid's not going to be able to save you in Stage 5. It's going to be about who you have on the roster, and he's not there. So we're going to hear a word from COD Mobile, little deep thoughts for Limitless. I hope they take it with a grain of salt and they, you know, try to figure out what kind of strategy is going to work for them. But quick word from COD Mobile. We'll be right back with our last series of the night. I'm sure it's going to be a banger. We've got Nova and the 31ers.
It's okay.
Huh.
Hi guys, and welcome back. Obviously, you confused me there. Obviously, we did have a short break, right? But we are back for the third game of tonight, and it's gonna be Nova versus I2K IC. I'm actually very excited to see this matchup too. Verdict, do you have any thoughts? Will we throw someone under the bus or not?
I'll just say, without spoiling anybody, that we're going to see the most diverse Nova loadouts that we've ever seen. And we've seen some pretty diverse Nova loadouts already. And we're only in day 6. So I think we're going to be entertained. I think they are also going to be in a little bit of pain. And I hope this IC team makes them pay. And I mean that with all due respect, Nova. I mean, but we'll just keep it at that. I think Nova still take the series, but should be interesting off the rip.
I'm actually very excited because you brought up. Yes, I'm very excited. How about you, Gilmania? What do you think?
I mean, if we do see what Verdict has spoiled us about what we could see, it could bring in a little bit of a fun situation between the two of them. So I'm not too sure what to expect, if I'm being honest. But I'm sure it's gonna be entertaining at best.
Oh, I'm actually very excited, and I do see both teams in the lobby, so I can go over the maps very fast. We just start with a hardpoint on standoff, followed by an S&D on slums. Okay, it's the first time we see S&D slums today, followed by a control on summit. We do have the first game's gonna be a hardpoint on takeoff, and the fifth game's gonna be a S&D on a raid. We do have Annihilator and Purifier Band, and also Firing Range and Hacienda.
Alright, that's a pretty solid best of 5 spread. This is the first time I think we've seen slums be played out in Search or Destroy in EU this season.
Yes.
But before we get there, we got to get through this this hardpoint on standoff. So, without further ado, Deanna's going to be joining us back here momentarily after this series, and we're hoping that it lasts a little longer than what everyone else is anticipating. We'll just have to see who pulls out, you know, some of the OP guns and who doesn't. Off the rip, there we go. I said it earlier. It's the 2 LK, 2 Pharaoh, 1 Swordfish challenge, and they accepted it. Well, everyone else left the game, though, so no, never mind. Well, that's just, I mean, that just got to ruin my mojo, my vibe. What the heck?
Right. It stopped the mood, right? It changed the pace of this. Come on now.
I was like mid-spray, bro.
Yeah, come on now. Feels bad,
the
man.
Audacity.
But it is what it is, I guess. But like, I don't know who left first, but like, shame on you. Not really, but like, yeah. Come on now, man. All right, well, we're gonna wait a little bit more. Remember, some hardpoint on standoff. That should be fun. That should be interesting. That should be cool to see those weapons. If they follow through with it, you know, I don't know. Do you think they're gonna use them at 100%, like winning or losing? They're gonna stick to it?
Yeah, I think the message that they sent me, you know, verbatim was, I am running Swordfish, and if nobody else uses everything else, we're gonna say GG, goodbye Nova. So it's 100% LK, Pharaoh, and Swordfish, or they disband. Who's preying on that Nova downfall right now? I know if Day was here, he'd be like, let's go, Nova, finally disbanding. I'm just kidding. I could imagine him saying something like that, though.
I can imagine him, too. He started his new job. He seems like he's having fun in this.
Yeah. He said he was having a great... I mean, he sent me multiple messages after. He's like, bro, I had such a great day. Oh, Jay Say, this is very unfortunate timing for you to have another connection issue. Game's already started. It ain't no turning back here.
Oof, okay, JC is back. JC is back and ready to roll as the first kill is taken onto Neo. Okay, so well, inside of the point we got Candy. Candy then pushing onto the second floor instead of committing to the objective. That's kind of an odd pick, you know. But it's the allies are gonna be there to help her out. I don't know, like what is Candy up to? Just roaming around the entirety of the map. Kind of fun to see.
a little interesting, you know, trying to get those early setups. Right now, it's Boom who's holding the fort down in the gas station. Creed trying to slide through. Can he get a little bit of that Pharaoh action hot? No, he's got the OK in hand. Oh, baby. Does it spray? I think it got a little bit of a buff and it shreds. I got my wig split yesterday in EU servers. No, I say it was EU servers. It was not EU servers. It was NA, so I had no excuse. I was getting just absolutely destroyed, but it was good vibes. It was a good time. Right now, it's all about this P2. Nova are getting picked apart. First initial advantage going to be in favor of the ladies and gentlemen over at IC2K, but Nova starting to swarm the point. They're trying to look for the break. Inferno going to be right there. He's within arm's reach, but that swordfish is very taxing. We'll see if the heavy artillery comes into effect. It is not. The gunnies won there. Big shots. Oh my god. And Nova now going to be able to outman the objective. Candy is the last one alive. It looks like they're going to be dropping. Nope, one shot. Nope, follow up. Slide peek. Creed wins those. With 20 seconds left to go, I'd be more than positive that these last few players for IC are going to make the push, and they're going to make the break. Jay, you're nasty with it, homie.
They get it. The one spawning on the bad side is Creed. Eventually gets knocked out and spawns where, well, actually everybody's spawning quite far away from the blue house. The one closest to it right now I see is Boom. Unfortunately for Boom, got hit with a concussion aid. That allows some safety for Saturns. Clear path for Nova. A close fight between the two of them, but if you think about the weapons, like, it should not be that close. But at the same time, we know the level from Nova, right? They have been the best of the best on Europe for the longest time. In here, Saturns is the one getting the points, while everyone else is making sure that Saturns is safe. Here he gets pushed by Jay. Now with that kill onto Saturns, will look to find some more. Let's see if it can be dealt with. So far, 12 kills for Jay. Turtle will be following through, but gets spotted by Saturns. I don't know. Although they are getting some sort of control by the hands of Icy, I find it odd the way they have to distribute their players within the inside and out of the hardpoints, you know?
No, you're absolutely right. Right there, Jay wins a massive gunfight, but it's not going to have any meaning. Look at the kills. Look at the bodies. They're nowhere on the point. Everything is scrambled over the P4. So out in the open, wide angles being taken, and it's not really a collective push, but it's still relatively close. But take a little peek in closer. Those loadouts are not what you're normally used to seeing, and it's for a reason. Nova wanted a bit of a challenge, and they accepted it. So Creed's going to be able to reap the benefits of fragging out early on. He's going to pop the Preddy, and sure enough, Nova are going to have a clear advantage back right onto this P2 or P4 objective. And things are starting to get a little out of hand for Icy. Can't handle the heat. They can't stand in P4 marketplace either. So we'll see if they got a little bit of ice in their veins and clutched up. First set of hill rotations so far. With 30 seconds left to go. We'll see them fight for this rotation still over to this P4 site where Neil is just happy to feast on you. Claw in hand, but he's going to get shut down. 103 to 62 so far.
Right now, the market control continues as Spy defends himself and eventually gets knocked out. But there's two more Nova players to double pretty much the amount of points that I2K hold within themselves. Now thinking about rotating to the next area, there's only one Nova member, and that's Spy. Spy is more than enough to take Candy out and push for some more. Spy's here with a Pharaoh, just looking left to right, finds Jay, begins to shoot at her, takes her down, now goes for the next one, but Snark is gonna stop him in his tracks. Icy are continuously trying to make it happen, but it's just not been easy for them. And, well, as we are back onto P1 reset verdict, what would you say about us doing a quick listening?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and jump on down with the Icy girls, and I'm sure you'll be very upset to hear that they are, you know what, we're just going to go ahead and dive down. Quick listening with the side of I2K.
Let's slow.
One CT tank.
One broken. Gunu.
Broken dead.
Granis.
I'm in the market.
One mid.
I must play cigarette.
Mid one shot. Red car.
One broken, one shot. There's two broken side. Watch your hop up.
One top blue and one dead from that.
One broken dead.
One
There should be one more.
There's one in gas. It's gonna be broken.
Trophy on the top
side. One secret.
One gas. I spawn boxes.
Gas, one shot.
Gas car.
Box is dead.
There's two.
Secret.
Respawning boxes.
Focus, guys.
One gas, dead. I'm one shot.
Broken side. Broken dead.
Gas dead.
Respawn two.
One grannies. He's pushing hop up him.
Yeah, there's two. One secret, one secret.
Secret dead.
I'm bottom grannies and one secret.
I'm going top.
Gas
Jason.
dead.
All right, Com's solid. Right now, it's a 40-point deficit that they're starting to overcome. This break here in P2 looks like Nova's still going to be knocking on the back door. It is going to be Saturn's winning the up-close and personal. The close quarter combat with that Pharaoh, you don't even need to aim down sight. Fortunately, it does not prevent back shots, and that's where JC is going to insert himself into the equation. Gil, comms were pretty all right for the girls over at I2K, huh?
Yeah, not bad whatsoever. At first though they were gonna be kind of quiet, but it changed as we stayed in there. Like you mentioned, they actually got a lot of points continuously, and although they're still losing, they are still definitely on a fighting situation for themselves. Now, it was the blue house specifically that I feel like that was a turning point for Nova on the previous set of rotation. So we gotta be a lot. There's got to be a lot of caution as the way they approach this situation. Now Spice here with a claw operator finding a couple of kills now, running out of time, but not running out of whole out of utilities for Spy to be using as he picks up yet another kill, this time onto JC. Turns around and they are close to the 200-point mark. Verdict. I don't know why. For the past two times that I'm trying to refer to you, I'm like a second away of saying Dave. I think it's because we were talking about him just a minute ago.
Yeah, he's always going to be, he's always going to be in our mind, living rent free. You know, we can't help it. We love the man. Love to see him succeed as well, and with a new job offer, of course he had to take it. It's more money. I mean, more money equals more freedom, right? I mean, you buy yourself a little bit of time, but right now, I'm hoping he's getting to rewatch this one because I don't know if he's at a position to watch it right now. He would enjoy the loadout selection here from Nova. And we started this season in shambles because they were, you know, using some awkward choices, but this one is quite enjoyable. I mean, the gunnies have been interesting. The shots from the Pharaoh have been beautiful, and I just wish we could have Raider in to display some of that Dream Crystal that he got from COD Mobile. So, no Dream Crystals here in the mix for the boys over at Nova. They're trying to lock it down here on P4 break. They're going to be able to get it. 30 seconds left for grabs. It may not be able to seal the victory, but it should open the door for a closeout here, potentially in a P1.
So now, less than 30 seconds left. Saturn's defending that door, gonna get taken down. Neil continuing for the push, but no. It is going to be Icy yet again, regaining some control. They gotta hold tightly onto it. It's scrap time, but you cannot allow Nova to get any more extra seconds that they should. 26 seconds needed. Rotating on to the next one. They are gonna be doing it to perfection. Let's see if they can actually survive. No, they're losing two members almost immediately. The only one in the vicinity is right now Snark. Snark holding himself alive, but gets pushed by Saturn, gets knocked down. Nova about to take it. Verdict. I think this could be game over on P1 reset here.
It could. 44 seconds left for grabs. Only 15 needed here. The nade's gonna come through. Creed's going to be able to hop the top of Grady's. The evacuation's going to leave a little bit of a floodgate open, but it's a trap. Spy has set. Spy's going to get the first. The second one's going to be in the kill feed as well for Inferno, but it's not going to be enough. IC need to get a hit. They need to make it fast. JSay trying to be the game changer is going to be the MVP if they can reel it back somehow, some way. The Sparrow coming through for Turtle is going to be able to open a little bit of breathing room, but about only 10 seconds left, only 4 seconds for your opponent to close it out. You need all invested here as the brute force push comes through. It is going to be Creed trying to shut it down, pops the claw, and we're buckling up. We're heading over for a saddle in that P2 factory site. Who's going to get the first advantage? It looks like the numbers on the map, they're all blue on that factory opening. And surely enough, it is going to be the side of Icy able to extend this game.
Hey, some control within the point. Right now, Snar gonna be picked on There's the power, the brute power by Nova. They want to regain this. They want to take the dub, but they're losing members. Who is still alive? That is Saturn. Saturn is taken down. They are going to be reaching the 200 points pretty soon if Nova cannot prevent that from happening. Neil is right now pretty much just trying to survive, you know, making sure that if Nova's not taking points, that isn't the case either for Icy here. Neil pushed over by multiples now with the help of Saturn. Everybody pushing inside. There's 2 people more for him to get rid of. And as he gets the clean, gets 2 extra seconds. Only 2 are needed. And that is all it takes. A split second of control for Nova. And they still await the dub against the I2K Icy verdict. GG, well played. They tried and they fought as best as they could. But Nova, a bit too hard to handle. That is a GG, well played. And I'm right now looking at the scoreboard. We are once again with over 2 minutes inside of the heel players tonight. And this time around is for Spy.
Oh, it is in favor of Spy. Just a beauty of a game for him. 34 and 32 as well. I mean, you see a sea of pretty negative scorecards. It's partly due to the fact that, as they would say generously, they don't take their competition very seriously. But they need to. Well, towards the end, it got a little spicy, but I mean, even in the face of adversity, even with the not so meta loadouts, made it look pretty doable and pretty easy at the end. I mean, you got Neil with a 200 IQ, played his life. Well, not only was they just absolutely able to deny the points that could have been devastating to extend it to a nail-biter of a finish in P3, they were able to play their lives to the extent, you know, where the cavalry came through in full effect. So, big brain plays lead to big brain games, and the big brains over on Nova. Well, the loadouts are not big brains. They're brought to you by Verdict, and you know what? If you didn't enjoy it, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's Pharaoh season, okay? It's LK season. They did not justify how good that LK is, though. That LK is actually a beam, and if you've ever watched Tectonic stream, you'd know why.
Well, we are now with a 1-0 lead in favor of Nova verdict. It was fun to see it with the sassy weapons, you know, those Pharaohs, LK, and Swordfish. That was a good choice to whoever took that decision, you know.
Oh yeah.
But well, that was a W nonetheless for them. We're now getting geared up for the next one, and that would be some search and destroy onslaughts, like you mentioned. Map game combo that we haven't seen so far this season, and I feel like it's a tricky one, you know. Sometimes those defense, those offensive rounds, I almost feel like it's kind of balanced, but it truly depends on who can be slightly more aggressive first, like to gain that middle ground of the map first. If you get there, you are most likely going to be winning those rounds.
Yeah, I think I saw a little bit of it in Stage 4, and EU in particular, their strategy to approaching this map in Search and Destroy was pre-concussion nerf. And what do I mean by that? They would run Tactician, they would double stun the brick side of the map, and just wipe off anybody who made their way there. That strat has since had to change because concussions did get nerfed. They're still pretty overpowered, but they're not as broken as they once were. Flashbangs, you're still allowed to move in them. You don't get that stun effect. So, I mean, it's kind of like... I mean, you could continue to use that strategy, but it's very, you know, very much so less effective. And we're going to have to see true gun skill prevail, so... Gunny's got to be hot for the boys over at Nova if they want to close this one out in a 3-0 fashion. Right now, it's the Search and Destroy. We're heading over, of course, to Panama for the slums. Search and Destroy, man. This is such a beautiful map. Such a beautiful... It's not a full representation of what the slums look like in Panama, but they're pretty accurate. I give it to them. I had to ask the wife. I was like, did you ever see that statue? And she was like, I've never seen that statue before in my life.
Wait,
and
so
she lived there for like 4 years.
Kind of exist. Is it?
What's that?
I have no clue.
Well, I mean, I asked her, and I was like, hey, does this look familiar? She was like, no, I've never seen this area. And I looked it up in the Google Maps, and surely enough, it didn't. Right now, Nova are just flat-footed right now. Live by the gunny, die by the gunny. Live by the troll, die by the troll. Trick or treat, smokes down.
Oh wait,
Inferno's...
they're following through with it, huh?
Yeah, hey. Like I said, live by the troll, die by the troll.
Yeah. Ooh-wee. Should be fun, ain't it? Look at that, they don't even have control with the bomb, and by they, I mean Inferno only, who gets executed by JC. Not a single kill. Oh, okay, I mean, surprising in a way, but like, not so much at the same time, you know what I mean?
A little bit of a confidence booster if you're icy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
what better way than just getting a slap on the wrist and facing a Nova team who are pulling LKs and Swordfish and Pharaohs, and they're pulling the sheets from your face, and right now Candy says peekaboo. Shots just as sweet, heating up. Candy finding the two-piece. She's going to be able to pick up the Swordfish right before she goes. Neil said, hell no, I'm not committing to the troll. I'm better than that. Sniper on hand, the DLQ. Verdict will surely give me a freebie on this one. Well, you've got to clutch up the 1v4. You catch one off guard, but boom, brings the boomstick down. Is that a body shot I see? Nope, just aim at the body. Okay, boom.
Nice work.
Okay.
For the next round.
And I mean, the thing with the weapons that they were using, the Pharaoh, the Swordfish, and maybe the LK not so much, but Pharaoh and Swordfish is in a sense that you're gonna struggle like crazy on those mid to long distances. And at the beginning of these rounds on S&D, that's exactly what you need. So understandably so, they are not getting the results that they would like. As now Saturn's finds not one but 2 kills. He continues the push, but boom, it's gonna stop him in his tracks by the hand of a DLQ. Boom, now looking for more. Let's see if that is possible. So far, Candy also with the sniper eliminating Inferno, and that's gonna be a 2-for-2 trade. In the middle of the map, there's Neil pushing forward, but gets executed. Only Spy and Creed, who are yet to find a kill, remain on the side of Nova. Creed is knocked out. Boom. Was that an ace? No, I think she quote unquote, or he, I'm not even sure at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to correct you because cancel culture.
Whatever, 4
look,
kills.
whatever they want to identify as, that's good for them. All right.
Yeah.
Any rate, 3 rounds in a row. They brought the pain. They brought the gunnies, and boom, is sitting on a 7-piece, averaging more than 2 kills per round. Just a hell of a start here for the boys and gals, or ladies and gentlemen. They over here over at ICI2K. Right now it's Spy. I didn't catch any of those, bro. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go back and clip it. The 3-piece for the Pharaoh. How do you let that happen? Saturn's going to follow it up with a kill of his on, and now the pressure's on. It's Candy. Can the shots line up? The heady for one. Saturn's for the next. Nope, it's the Pharaoh. It is beautiful, my friend. 3-1. Finally able to put a round under their belts, and that is going to be Nova.
Enemy has dropped the bomb.
Right, Nova. Picking up the pace, finding the first round of this game number 2. Let's see if they can do it again now, carrying the bomb. It is the one and only Creed from Nova. Still with no kills, pushing through the Snargus. Kill themselves, that's unfortunate. Creed still pushing forward with a squad. Everybody on the A site, and they will be finding the bomb. Look at that. An odd way of doing so, but could be working out nonetheless. It seems like JC trying to push from the middle. Could be working out for them. Right, JC. Want to go into the blue house. Boom, finding a double kill here. JC with the opportunity to take Spy down, and does. Saturn's left alone. Finds kill number 1. Turns around for more. They are already defusing that bomb, but it doesn't matter. Gets killed nonetheless. That's another one into the mix for Icy. I saw someone. I'm surprised they haven't changed yet. And so am I. I'm going to be honest. I felt like it was only going to be a couple of them, but right now we're moving on to round 6. We are about to be flipping spawns, and they're still going for it.
All right, still going for it. Minutes and calls. Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Live by the troll, die by the troll. Here comes the concussions. This is the strat that I talked about earlier, but guess what? It works both ways. Streets are cleared. Wrong. It's the roundabout where we see a little bit of a circular action. It's Boom, though, coming through from the side. Bringing the hit stick. Shots of pain. JC gonna be able to even us out right there. Saturn's gonna be able to shut him down. Now it's all on Boom. 12 kills on board. Double digits, first one there. And it ain't even close, man. You got Snark, who's killed himself more than he's killed anybody else. On a fat donut, and Candy with 4, and JC with 7. A little bit of glimmer of hope here for the players over at ICI2K. All hope left the window when Creed hopped the fence. And 4-2, Bridge slowly getting covered. That gap slowly getting covered as well. And Nova, they've committed to it. We'll see if they can execute.
See if they can. I'm gonna go a little bit with Inferno. He's the one using the swordfish. Pushing forward. Let's see how much he can do. Through the smoke, he hasn't been able to see anyone just yet. Patiently waiting. Oh, Boom and JC both immediately getting kills. Really important now. Neil getting another knock. Creed falling to the dust. Now Boom feeling the pain from Inferno. Inferno with the help of Neil will be pushing forward over at Bricks. The bomb was being planted by the hands of Icy. Oh no! 2 kills with nades by the hands of Nova!
Oh boy.
Such coordination there. That is now a 1v2 for JC to deal with. Has no clue where the opponents are at, and surprise, surprise, they're right behind you. Nova have done it again. That's a 3rd one for them. But those nades, those nades were funny.
Hey, if the gun's not going to hit, why not go ahead and, you know, chuck something that will do a little bit more damage, right? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. Accurate or no? Yeah? 100%? Okay, cool. Inappropriate, but very accurate. Just like those nade shots that came through from last round, spoiling the endeavors of this ICI2K roster. Right now, they are hemorrhaging. They've got a lead. They've got to keep it somehow. Inferno turning the heat up, bro, is on fire. This round alone, he's added 2 to his, under his belt. And, well, who's going to be the next notch? The nade's going to be chucked. Boom, right here on the opposite side of the wall here in the P3. Sight rounds the corner right in his face. Movement saves Boom, but, bro, could have been worse, even worse. JC and Stark now left on their own. They're getting pinched. Good thing is, Creed doesn't pinch back, and you're safe to pass. Spy now last one alive. He's on the prowl. He's going to get sights on one, but Snark, good angle to cover there for that bomb plant. Catches a peek of the toe. 1 shot in. 1 burst needed. JC, last one alive. The weapon swap. I don't think he knows where JC is. Heady's abused. JC's not going to peek it. Well played. 32 seconds on the clock. He says, I'll take that head glitch if you're not going to use it. 5-3. Lead still in favor of ICI2K.
Sir, yes, sir. Advantage still upon their hands. 14 kills for Boom. We still got the other end of the stick by Snark's only 1 red stick, but, you know, Boom with 14. Still really, really impressive now. As Boom begins to push forward, misses that sniper shot. Unfortunately for them, it could have been a beginning for the side of Icy. Inferno's trying to be aggressive with a swordfish and actually ends up being a distraction for the opponents who were all aiming for him. And eventually, well, survives that situation while the allies help. Bomb was not planted, so Nova getting the hang of it. You know, they struggled, but now this round definitely dominated by them so far. Let's see how much more they can do. Snark answering back by finding their 2-second kill. Their 2-second kill, imagine. Their second kill so far this game.
It only took 2 seconds for him to get that second one, right? The first, it took 6 rounds. I think he actually killed himself more than he had already killed before. But that's neither here nor there. We're not here to kill shame. Right now, it's Boom. Just shaming this Nova roster. He's going to add another one, or they're going to add another one under their belt. 15 on top. Boomstick bringing the pain right now of Turtle. Going to be able to add some more to it. That's the player advantage with Kree. Going to be able to quickly trade. The good thing is no one's in sight to get the pickup. Saturn's holding down the fort. Nobody shall pass through. Blue, the slide peek. Or if you're going to take that challenge, you better win it. Take a machete to your face. Machete! Oh, boy.
Boy, oh boy, do we have surprises for us tonight, huh? Look at Nova go, finding out their 4th round so far this game. Still aiming for a dub in a in one of the most creative ways that there could be thinking about. Alright, well, I am gonna be sticking around a little longer with Candy. Candy just patiently waiting. Oh, but right around the corner there's Spy. Spy finds a kill. Neil gets another one. Surprise, surprise! They were nowhere near ready for what was coming their way. Now Snark is still pretty much on their spawn, just waiting for something to happen. Jason gets a kill. Snark gets another one onto Creed. Now coming from behind, Jason takes another onto Inferno. Icy turning this round around. They were on a 2v5 and out of nowhere they are in a 2 versus 2. Only Spy and Saturn's remain. Bomb is yet to be planted and is under the belt for Snark. Gotta be cautious about Spy. Spy could be sneaky. Spy pushing forward. They don't know where Spy is at. Finds one, goes for 2, but doesn't get it on time. Snark was able to fool death, and as such goes for that kill, but gets sandwiched between the 2 last remaining Nova members. That is gonna be just the way we started the game, and that's with a tie verdict.
Yeah, a very soggy, icy sandwich indeed. 5-5, Nova. Looking for the collapse. They got it last round, and right now they are rock solid 2 rounds in a row. J-Say is able to heat it up, but Boom has been the factor. Look at the shot. 16 on board. A freak of nature. Lines up the shot there. That should have been a free one as well, but the movement from the players over at Nova, they're never sitting still for too long. Creed gonna be able to open things up with a kill of his own. That's gonna be the 4v4 retake. Inferno says, hold my cup. Verdict. Neo says, I'll double down. Take a double shot for you. And there it goes. The collapse in. And Snark holds the corner. He's the last one alive. All hope is left the window. That is Spy getting the last kill. And the body shots galore. As we see, look at the teabag as well. Completely disrespectful. I love the skins, though. Those are actually marvelous. Look how great those spacesuits look.
Yeah, they look pretty nice. They do indeed look pretty nice, but man, the body shooting, the teabagging was a little bit too much in a way, but you know, if you are playing as you are, you kind of deserve to fool around for a little bit. And here Neil finds an enemy now shooting through the wall. There's Candy. Candy hiding behind a wall. Will survive a little longer. Turtle takes that kill onto Neil. Candy had no clue that Saturn's was on the ground. I don't think that Candy even saw the enemy. Probably because of the weapon there. Boom, finding kill number 17. But getting stunned. Gotta be cautious next time. Bomb is not planted. This could be... Jesus Christ!
I'll be Dave.
Oh,
yeah, I'll be
Dave. Verdict! What I meant to say is... I truly thought that this could have been a game for Icy, but right now, they gotta be cautious. Yes, they are in a 4 versus 2. Oh, 4v1. Okay, this is looking a whole lot better. I think we might get ourselves some overtime. And as Turtle finds that kill, that has been activated by now.
Yeah, there we go. A little bit of OT to cap off the night in our last series. Nova.
Enemy has dropped the bomb.
Some very questionable loadouts. I've got to say, only a menace would put these these combinations together. Whoever thought of it must be some kind of criminal mastermind. Nonetheless, it's the attack here on the first round for the boys in blue, the Nova squad, or boys in yellow, rather. Spy, Inferno, and Creed, they're going to open up with plenty of gunnies. Candy's going to be left all to their own. DLQ in hand, never stood a chance. Map point now in favor of Nova Esports.
Swing and miss for the side of Icy. Could not do anything whatsoever there. All of them completely killed and sent onto the graveyard now, as we got another map point opportunity for Nova. Boom. It's gonna pick up the first blood. Boom, pushing forward with the help of Candy, knocking down Inferno. The defense now, a bit of a struggle for Nova. Boom, still pushing forward with a swordfish. Tried to pay them with the same coin, but bites the dust by the hands of Creed. Creed now looking for a double, but Candy is gonna say no to it. Defending the side of bricks there, Spy. Spy gets a kill, but gets knocked out. Neil left alone in this area, finds the 1. Goes for the 2, but eliminated as well. Creed is left alone. They're trying to plant the ball with a headshot. Creed will knock down Snark. Perfect opportunity for Nova to close this one up. Bomb is on the ground. Candy doesn't know what's coming. Creed with the LK missing a lot of shots brings out the Deagle. But yet to land any of those shots. Once again, Candy will be planting the bomb, but has to be cautious to the power of that LK-24 by the hands of Creed. Creed now, okay, thinking about the future. He can't. Oh wait, the one was not planted. What? Why do they all enjoy baiting me with that verdict? Jesus Christ.
Hey man,
he's hurt.
chronic. You're just a victim
Candy.
to the chronic baiting, man. It's just what it is. I mean, I've been fooled 4 or 5 times a night myself. We got full Tuesday. We had the sheets pulled out from underneath us, and we didn't even see it. And we could see everything. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking about the Spy Ninja diffuse. It was so controversial. None of us even saw it coming. It was a 3v4 roll. Right now, it's been the sneaky no bomb plants. Right now, it's the aggression on the attack from Nova. They're going to be able to clear the pack for one, and that's going to be enough for a bomb plant. No, it's not. It is going to be Spy who doubles back. Nonetheless, he's going to stick it. There it goes. I thought he faked. I was like, you son of a gun. No way you did that again. Candy, Boom, and Turtle. They're looking to turn the Jets up. 19 on board for Boom. What a just magnificent shooter. We'll see if they can line some shots up because 4 very angry Nova players are right around the corner. As soon as they pop the corner, they're dead. Spy, the 2-piece. We're heading over to our potential last round of this search and destroy. But the trend has shown the defense lacking. What the hell's happening?
That's the thing, right? The offensive side is back-to-back victory for these two teams now. Let's see what is going to be the one that breaks the mold. The first one to do so could bring home the victory of game number 2. Boom. Yet again with the first blood onto Inferno. Those early snipe shots by Boom have been tremendous. Now looking for another one, but misses that shot. Doesn't miss that one onto Spy. That is 2 into the books for Nova. For Nova, Jesus, no, for Icy. Now the third one comes through by the hands of JC. Saturn's and Creed left alone. Creed bites the dust. Saturn's left alone. Fire in hand. Takes the kill number 1. Bomb is being planted. This is going to be now not a 1v5 but a 1v4. That Turtle has no way of prolonging that so much longer. Another round in their favor. Another victory in the offensive side. Just said it perfectly, Verdict. I'm not too sure who's going to do it first, but whoever does, I think that's going to be the end of the game.
See if Icy can put a collective strategy together. They got to try and prevent this bomb plant from going down. Hello, nade shot. I'm not talking about 100 Thieves. I'm talking about these kills coming through. Saturn's going to be the first one to get a kill for Nova. But guess what? If you're not first or last, well, this time he was the first and he's the last player standing. So 4 players from Icy standing strong. J-Say is going to be spotted. We'll see if he can seal the deal with a little bit of a peck on the cheek. He gets the call out. Pharaoh of the Pharaoh does not win. And this might be it, ladies and gentlemen. The defense breaks the seal. They break the trend. They break the pattern. Will we be seeing this map point go in their favor? ICI 2K. Let's see if they got ice in their veins to close it out.
Got the perfect opportunity to do so. When pushing through the mid is Spy. I'm curious to see what he's going to be doing. First blood is going to come through by a nade. They kneel with the gloves. What is Neil doing? Oh my goodness. Already onto enemy spawn.
Slid up right in your wee house.
Immediately right on their throats. Now Spy doing the exact same thing. Going for that kill onto Snark and getting it. They're not over for the day. They still want to take the dub. J-Say bites the dust. This is gonna be a 1v3. Turtle finds the first blood onto Creed. Turtle wants to close this one up. Can they do it? You cannot. Saturns. Oh my goodness. I thought that the first one to take a defensive round would end up winning, but Nova's here to tell me no and almost slapped me in the face. I just feel like they were trying to slap me in the face for no reason, you know?
Oh, they kind of slapping people in the face like Neo pulled out the boxing gloves and a little bit of a slide peek action going through right in the face of Boom. Boom, you're going to be able to add some more fire to the gas that's already been poured in this match. Man 2 already on board. The defense rock solid here again. 2 players left standing. Spy. The ego chow! With the Pharaoh? I would have uninstalled, bro. Snort finally ends a little bit of that reign of terror, but it's all on Creed. Last one standing, the 1v3 with the LK. 2-4 in hand. Shots from JSay, they're crispy. They want blood. They're going to get the pinch approach. No, they're all going to push same angle. It doesn't matter. JSay's going to shut it down. Crispy as hell. 10-9. Another round we go. Overtime round target, 11. You know what that means? If Icy can pull it off here, that's game. 24 for Boom already. Good night,
yes,
bro.
sir. 20 rounds. The 20th is about to begin. It's about to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if there's more aggression by the hands of Neil. Neil, oh, thinking about it. Through the smoke, has the gloves ready. Opts to not do it this time around. Through the wall, begins to land one shot or two onto Turtle, but nothing to worry about just yet. Turtle bites the dust. Inferno is the one to be forward. Inferno looking for more, but Boom with the sniper will say no into the opponents, not finding another kill. Perfect opportunity for Icy. Can they bring victory home, though? They are close to doing so. Bomb in the hands of Snark. Snark thinking about where to go next now. Ooh, Neil bites the dust. Saturn's to the ground. Creed left alone. Verdict. I think this is over. This is the end. We've struggled like crazy, both sides trying to win. But in here, Creed with all bit of information to be found. JSay takes that perfect opportunity to knock them down. Icy have done it. Yes, they have, ladies and gentlemen. That is gonna tie up this series. And my goodness, was that long?
Who picked Slums?
No clue.
Let me take a look at the bets. All right, Nova, come on now. This was your map to win. You made the selection. You fumbled the bag. I love the fact that you committed to it. The LK and the Pharaoh and the Swordfish, but boy, you got to do better than that. The gun skills got to be a little more crispy. On the flip side of things, you've got a massive top-heavy side of the ICI2K. Good freaking night. Boom. I caught a majority of your shots. It's going to be on a highlight reel for you later on. 25 against Nova. 25. Just doing them nasty, baby. We're heading over to some Control Summit. What a better way to thrive. If you're Icy, you're looking for those slushy sides of that Summit map. Well, you're going to get more than enough. Is Game 3, 100% guaranteed. Game 4 brought to you by 25 kills from Boom. They brought the pain, man. What a freaking game for them, bro. 25? Woo! Against Nova? Yo, Nova washed? Asterisk? Question mark? Explanation point? I don't know. I'm just talking out of the side of my neck.
Well, verdict. That was something. That was something. That was definitely it. 11-9. One of those long way to go for S&D. And well, we're moving now on to Control Summit. I definitely feel like that should be a different story for the members over at Nova. At least I think so. They've been with things under control. Maybe not so much on S&D, but when it came down to respawns, we saw that they clearly had still the gun skill necessary to fight against the I2K. So I feel like there's a bigger chance of them taking the dub on the next one.
All right, we'll have to find out now as we're going to get geared up for game number 4. Trying to figure out what, or game number 3. We're guaranteed that game number 4. I think the symbol now is, are we going to see a continuation of the LK and Pharaoh? I don't know. We'll have to see. Hold on real quick. Let me send this message.
Hey, Cristian, ¿qué onda? Un saludito. All right. Okay, there you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts? What do you think? You think there's gonna be another dub in favor of I2K, or it is going to be back into the hands of Nova. Like I mentioned, I feel like response is going to be tougher for Icy, but you know, we'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see what the deal is. It is on Summit, which definitely increases the opportunity for a weapon like the Pharaoh, which, like I mentioned last game, is problematic on those mid to long distances. So, yeah.
Oh, chat was like, Vertic, are you drinking from a sippy cup? No, we went to the fair, the state fair that was in town for like 2 weeks, and we went the last night. Took the kids and rode a lot of rides, and I decided it would be smart to buy a big old bucket of lemonade for everyone to share. Let me go ahead and tell you, usually when we go to the fair, the lemonade is immaculate. It's the absolute best. This year, I don't know, for some reason, they decided to not be real lemonade. They made powdered, and I was so upset, but I did get a bucket of lemonade, so the lemonade bucket is in my hands. It's not a sippy cup. It's actually almost as big as my head.
Damn.
And
okay.
I fill it up with water with lemons in it. So what better way to drink out of a cup of disappointment than to... Oh, wait. You couldn't even see it. It's a bucket of lemonade. Sorry. Ah! Thank God it's almost not full. It's not full at all. All right. Different loadout selections.
Hey.
As I was taking a look at it, the boys asked what options else can be used. I said 2 PDWs, 2 M16s, and 1 Hades. What do you think?
When the one is the Hades is Inferno. I mean, that looks spicy. Still brings in the best. I know that you were talking about Day being happy earlier, but now as there's 2 M16s, he probably would be the happiest he's been while casting on Mobile Making Europe. Look at Spy with an M16 finding kill number 2 onto Boom with a headshot. While Boom was trying to hide on those computers. That's some good chunk of control. Another kill now with a nade for Spy. And, well, first objective, first tick will be captured by Spy himself.
Inferno rocking that Hades. I don't know if you've seen some of the other players use it. I think it got a minor buff this recent. It was actually pretty decent before. I don't think it's broken by any means, but if you're looking at some of the LMG options, you can't look past it now. I think it's not a top 3, but it's definitely usable. If you're trying to find, like, objectively not meta options and something that is fun to use. It's a fun gun. The M16, however, they said it was going to get buffed. I still don't think it's that, like, viable, in my opinion. Even before the buff, Spy was mad cracked with it. Maybe it's just this map, because right now he's got a bit tossed up. Right now, the objective's being played, and that's all that matters. It's a 5 lives deficit. Spit it out, Verdict. But they've already got 1 tick on B, and they've gotten almost a 3rd tick on A as well. So, objective play to a T so far.
Sir, yes, sir. Oh, Alpha now losing time by the second because of JC. JC took matters onto their own hands. Problem is that got knocked out at the end by Spy, who are once again trying to regain control over at Alpha. The next one to defend is Turtle. Turtle with a Creek 6 finds a kill onto Creed. Looking for some more objectives. Both are being fought for. 2 ticks will be taken by the hands of Neil, doing an outstanding job with that PDW. Not pretty much by getting kills, but by the fact that, well, almost got the 3rd tick on his own. And now, Inferno coming from the 3rd row without Hades gets knocked out, but his allies are there to help him out. Spy gonna be getting plenty of kills with that M16 up to 9. Looking for the objective. They might be able to get it at Burning. I think they're gonna do it.
Ain't no way.
Oh my goodness.
That's a rip.
That was greatly done by them.
That was phenomenal. Boy. Yo, Hades is definitely an underrated LMG. Thank you, average rank player. Look, what better way to say the Hades is underrated and to see just an absolute beautiful display of some gunsmanship by Inferno. I mean, he's handy with the steel. He's crafty, if you know what I mean. He's always been the niche role player of this roster. Right now, he's making this Hades look absolutely ridiculous. 3 kills in favor of Nova. Yet they're not able to clear the objective off. Candy's the last one there, and well, they're trying to activate a spawn trap. Saturn's walked right past them. Them. I didn't say him. I said them. And surely enough, the kill's going to come through. And Right now, you're looking at Turtle, who's all the way in enemy territory, but guess what? No one's home because someone's died. Neil is going to spawn in and get killed, and look at the position of where he's at. He's going to spawn right there. How crucial is this information long term? It goes miles, because if you're playing Control in a competitive format, and you want to know why you're spawning in that water reserve side of the map, or that barrel side. I don't even know what the hell to call that. The big old turbine, I guess. It's because there's pressure from the left side of the map.
Yep. As easy as that is, and that's a kill, a 10 kill difference between the two of them. Nova yet again slaying out Inferno. You were talking about him with the Hades, has gotten himself every single bit of score streaks available for himself. I'm not too sure if he's gonna be using them right now. I doubt it, since they have such a huge lead. All they gotta do is outslay them a couple more times, maybe wait for time, maybe get those kills, whatever they feel like it. But what I'm sure of is that Icy is not as cold-headed as they should be right now. They're struggling like crazy. JC trying to push forward. JC took a double kill, but eventually got knocked out. The next one is gonna be their Candy. No, that's Boom. Boom trying to fight back. No, gets knocked out. No more time. That is gonna be GG yet again. A 2-0 lead for Nova. They are outslaying like crazy. Talk about time, talk about OVJ capture, about kills, whatever you may be thinking of. Nova, right now in this game, are definitely doing it better.
Yeah, they are. We're going to see if the defense can hold strong here on this last attempt, potentially. We're going to go ahead and dive in for a quick listen and to see how they handle the protection so far. They've yet to put a point on the board, and that's now or never. First listening in the Control for the side of ICI 2K.
Hostile predator missile
Be careful.
There's one computers.
One is pushing.
A dome.
A done.
One is on left
One's
side.
green as well. Green.
He's
Dead, A done dead. I'm with you, JC.
So give them A up. Give them A up.
Hunter killer.
Go for B. One con.
I'm with you.
Lost Alpha.
Be dead.
He's con.
Con still.
One
Top. One con.
One shot.
I'm dead. Con dead.
one
Con dead.
bottom. He's hop up.
Okay. Back.
I'm flashing top.
One shot. Back now. But careful.
Flash on
Contest
top.
Top dead. One more.
Top.
Enemy's hunter killer.
I'm going con.
One con.
C dome, one C dome.
Enemy XS1 Goliath incoming.
Well, alrighty, here we go. Comms sounding pretty, I mean, not dead, but look, just give them A. Let's focus on B. Well, you gave them A, and they've got an 11 life lead. And I gotta say, Gil, yeah, I saw that earlier. That was actually kind of funny. I'm not even gonna lie. They had me in the first half. They had me in the second half. They also had me in the third quarter. That was a spicy Reddit tweet. Disgusting. Just like that 3-0. Brought to you by Nova Esports. All the tricks and chicanery that you could expect out of them, and then some. Well, what will we see in game number 4? I don't know. We'll have to find out and see. Right now, game 3 concluded. Even with some off-meta choices, they just, I mean, they're game-breaking, bro.
We are. And, well, that 2-1 lead for Nova, like you mentioned. They got the opportunity to close that one up on a fourth map. That is going to be some hardpoint on... I forgot about this one. Takeoff, all right. Hardpoint on Takeoff. This time around, okay, so they got... are they going to change again, or are they sticking to that?
I put in my request. I put in my request. I don't know if they'll follow through with it, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to have that wait and see mentality, right?
Mm-hmm. You've heard me talk about the fact that I like to see different weapons on being played on competitive, and tonight you were like, okay, let's go deep in with the requests.
Yes. Yes. Well, I mean, I didn't want to make it too hard for him. I didn't want to make it too easy. I felt like the Hades was decent. I loved seeing the Pharaoh in play. I didn't, expect them to follow through with it in the second map, but when they did, I mean, hell, they managed to keep it close. The LK is still, in my opinion, very, very much a usable weapon for COD Mobile. It's not meta by any means, but it slaps. we'll get
It
to
just
see.
feels kind of slow on the fire rate, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit. It lacks a little bit in the. It got a bullet velocity buff, if I'm not mistaken. But we're gonna get geared up for. I don't have the map. You said it was takeoff. Okay, cool. I need to change the map for this.
Yeah.
It got a little bit of a buff. It wasn't anything that was game breaking or game changing. You're not going to see people running around with the OK. Why? Because it's not meta. But when Nova's in the building, yeah, they opt to you know, as they would say, not take their opponent seriously. And we'll see if they get my message. Hold on.
Holding on. All right, fellas. Thoughts? 2-1. I feel like it is gonna be fun nonetheless. There's some complaints about the decision making on the weapons in a way, but who knows? Maybe what we see next could be blowing you guys' minds. Well, we'll have to see. All right. So I see as we are on takeoff. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like they knew how to rotate when it came down to hardpoint on standoff. As this is now on takeoff, maybe they could follow through a similar path. Because although, of course, maybe the gunfights are still not gonna be easy, by you rotating and putting up a decent defense against your opponent, that could be more than enough to at least put Nova on a difficult spot. Esos son equipos de fase 5, solamente Nova es de la fase 5. They were asking who were teams from stage 5. As of right now, it's only Nova between these two.
Yeah, we got to see the banger of a series that the Limitless and Animus one was. It started off on a high note for Limitless, and their limits were reached, and it ended very quickly. 3 games in a row, they got brutalized. And well, right now, we're heading over to take off for the hard point for the 4th game in this matchup. Nova, there we go. They've accepted a challenge. It's the Cordite, 2 Cordites, 2 KN-44s, and a chopper. The chopper being opted to use for a spy. He's going to be soaking up the sun on the hill, and well, there's plenty of sun to, you know, hopefully brought his SPF. Right now, there's no chance of rain. A lot of chance of candy making it rain on your head, though, so we'll see the Switchblade come out in full effect for the IC-I2K clan, gang, whatever they want to be called. But right now, it's Nova with a slight lead rolling into the 20-second marker on this P1.
Sir, no one inside of the objective. The one closest was Saturn's. No, not Saturn's, pardon me, but Creed. Creed only dancing around the vicinity, not really getting inside. It took another player to actually do so. That was Inferno. Inferno with a Cordite took a couple of kills and, oh, bites the dust. I just noticed that Inferno. Have you seen his skin for the Cordite?
Oh, it's a cherry blossom. He's cherry picking. He's looking for sweet shots. Well, sweet candy, just gonna sweetly round the corner right into the bullets. And I used this one a few seasons back, or maybe last season. I hated it. It's like a pocket-size AR, and it does not pack a punch at all. I didn't think about it when I offered it, but I was like, if you're gonna use the chopper, what could balance it out better than the KN and the Cordite? Like, it's 2 marshmallow shooters right now. 4 of them technically, but you still got the chopper, which is, I mean, it does damage right now.
Yeah, you can do a lot of that. Oh my god, through the walls. That's the power we're talking about. If we've seen the Holger do some nasty wall bangs with the chopper, boy oh boy, can you shoot through those walls like as if they were paper. 35 to 15, a little bit of scrap time is exactly what I was talking about. The rotations are gonna be a key part of a potential IC's success on game number 4, as they are obviously trying to take us on to game 5. Oh, so far rotation is good enough, but let's wait and see how much of a defense they can put up against the power of Nova. Now Neil will be knocked out. Inferno as well as Saturn's dead. That is a great defense so far by themselves. Now Saturn spawns quite close. Saturn will begin to push. He does have the claw available. Takes the first kill onto Snar, goes for 2 onto Candy, but Candy was ready with the claw.
So far, almost 30 seconds completely in a row for Icy as they are closing that gap. But the retake is finally going to come through. That is the clean area now for the Nova members.
Oh, Inferno, you're just so gross. It doesn't matter what you put in your hand, my guy. He is lethal with the shots! Top red. Looking top dog style, baby. Okay, I just had to do that for Nova. They'll come back to it. They'll know what that means. Right now, they are making it look easy. And no, ladies and gentlemen, I did not just morph into a canine with 4 legs, bro. I just felt like I'd go ahead and owe him a little respect. They can go back and rewatch it. Maybe I'll do it again later for him, too. But right now, it's the P4 rotation we're at is big shots again still for Inferno. He is trying to play cutoff man from the top rope, and boy, is he on a streak. Well, he's only on 2, but he's in double digits. And I mean, with the Cordite, that is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty much. Right now, I am looking at Inferno using the claw, spraying and praying for someone to walk by, doing a lot of damage. Finally gets that kill. Onto Snark. That's another use of the operator. The other one is Spy. Spy decides to be quite aggressive and pushes forward. Take that kill into Jay. Then gets another one onto Turtle. Turns around for some more damage before he runs out of bullets. But with that being said, still has plenty of bullet opportunities with the chopper. Get to the chopper. Oh my god, shredding with it. This man, this monster. 16 kills so far, and no sign of him stopping anytime soon here, as he gets yet another kill onto Candy. The man, the myth, the legend. No one can take him down with his weapon, huh?
Oh man, dude, he's just chopping away. He's got the Kingslayer there, the Hunter Killer. He's talking about throwing paper planes. Homie, those things do damage right now. Turtle finally going to end his reign of terror, but it's not before he shrieked up. Spy's going to go ahead and pop the Preddy! Oh, that's unfortunate. Gets the info, but that's about it, man. The hit does not come through. That's 2 Preds burned and no kills to show for it. Nonetheless, the gunnies are still hot. The claw is just as hot as well, but surely enough, as soon as Jay pops it, he's one and done. Right now, it's Nova. They're all over the map. They're all over the board. They've got a hefty lead, but it is going to be Icy trying to fight back. We're going to see how the comms sound now as we dive down in to the thick of the action. We're going to see if they can make a comeback here in this P1 to P2 connection.
Hardpoint lost.
Come near. One top yellow, one top yellow.
Bottom. I'm a hold bottom. One on you.
Top
I
yellow.
can't take it,
One
side.
white.
Top yellow is dead. Top yellow.
Let me use my claw. I
I'm
flashed
gonna
him
stay
on point.
stadium. I'm gonna stay
Point
stadium.
dead.
I got my claw.
Watch out, grenade.
One stadium.
I'm watching behind.
Oh, two top yellow.
Yeah,
Double stairs.
2 dead.
Oh, they're gonna come mid.
Watch out, mate. I'm a hold mate.
They're coming from mid,
Yo, one stadium.
That stadium.
One stadium.
Oh, man.
Flying.
Long point.
Oh, stadium.
They're running past it.
Claw jump down.
One scaff.
Saw one shot, he's stadium.
Bottom yellow.
All right, you hear it, man. Everything is like, we are moving towards the goal, and the goal is to make this comeback. This so far has just not been the case for Icy. Icy just not able to keep any objectives, regardless of what guns Nova brings to the table. It's just been a little bit of upset in the air for them. So, still very lighthearted. They're just running through the motions, and gotta appreciate it. What we can't appreciate, too, is how beautiful this color spectrum used to be. I mean, it looks pretty great now, but it used to look so much better. The graphics I'm looking at now look pretty solid for it. But do you remember the old color spectrum, KN? Wasn't it just a great-looking weapon?
I don't quite remember which. Oh, by Creed, right? The one that used to move, right?
Yeah. It's like they dulled it down, and I mean, it's still a good-looking weapon, but it used to look so much better. If you know, you know.
Yeah. I wonder what it would look like if you had the because like it used to have like tiny diamonds, right? Or am I getting confused here?
I think it was just I don't know if it had tiny diamonds on it. I never grinded camos. I think I've seen a diamond color spectrum, but before the colors were much more vibrant. It wasn't like right now. It looks like pastels in comparison to like really brightly lit color.
Yeah.
Hardpoint lost.
Well, it used to be like that, but that was almost 200 points have been reached by the Nova members. On top side, we got Creed, who is still holding on to a Goliath. I don't think there's going to be the area for him to be using it, so still holding on to it. Oh, Snark with a double kill. Boom with the double as well. That's a clean save for the side of Icy as they retake control. They are going to begin a defense now, but problem is that Saturns is now inside with a claw machine. Oh, not doing a lot of damage. Creed still not using that Goliath now. And that is going to be a great retake by Icy. Complete control under their belt. So much more to go. You gotta be cautious over Nova. Finally fighting back on the very last 20 seconds. But I definitely feel like Icy was able to do something over there. And that's the thing, right? I think Icy definitely could have been doing better, but the problem is that they are not as consistent as they need to be fighting against Nova in this sort of situation with the weapons and all.
Yeah, now they're stuck in a rock in a Goliath place, and Goliath is overheating right now, but it's body shots galore. Candy trying to deal some damage, looking at defeat. Creed's like, just go ahead and take me. Thank you. Thank you. Put me out of my misery. I didn't need this thing anyways. It was just slowing me down. He was like, hey buddy, I'm sacrificing, I'm surrendering. Can you just put me out of my misery? Didn't want to commit suicide. Wanted to go ahead and boost the stats of So Icy Entertainment now is ICI2K. They're able to put triple digits on the board, but I mean, you can already see it's already a triple digit lead almost accumulated here for the boys over at Nova. Color spectrum or not, it is pretty solid game for them with the off-meta choices. The Tech Noir just looks pretty great as well. I don't think anybody, does nobody have the old, the Cordite Legendary? The one that was, like, when it came out, everybody got. I was not on the Cordite train at the time. I bought the KN, but I did not buy the Cordite, and I wish I had. I think it was, like, space something. Anyway, a lot of space in between these two.
I remember the one you were talking about,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying. Just take a moment to appreciate all the great skins God Bubbles brought to the game. It's game changing. You don't get this on console anymore.
I mean, it's hard to keep up, right? Like, they are releasing so many different camos all the time, different categories, legendary, mythic, or even they have the free ones that are epic on the battle pass. You're just wilding in here, wilding for sure. Nova, you've done it again. You've worked yourself onto some difficult moments, some difficult situations, but at the end of the day, you are only 17 points away from victory. And as Saturn's pushed inside with a club, begins to spray and pray through those staircases, that is going to be all it takes. Turns around for another extra kill. A few bullets more for the Cordite to be shooting at. Gets another one into the books. Finally, they're going to stop him down. But that's only 3 seconds away from the victory of Nova.
It is. Neil's going to make the breach from up top. Creed making the breach from the opposite side. Ladies and gentlemen, mark it up. It is going to go down in the books as a Nova 3-1 win. The fight in the dog for that ICI2K roster was absolutely immaculate. They were able to take one game from the series, so they're not going to go away empty-handed, but it is the dog in the fight that comes out on top. I'll do it again one more time for Nova so they can hear it. I'm sure they're already back in stream chat. If you didn't enjoy it enough, you can clip it and play it back as a ringtone or whatever the hell you want to do as you wish. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to bring us to the end of our night. 250 to 153. It was close. It was never close. And it was Nova coming through with some unorthodox weapon choices. We had a lot of fun with it. 44 and 24. Spy, I didn't give you any spotlight because you were using a chopper, okay? But I'll say you picked up 43 seconds on the hill, which is impressive as well. Neil, though, I should have divvied down for a little bit more. You were popping off on me 41 and 26 with a 52 second. And an absolute beaut of a game from the Nova squad. Let's go. Mad crazy. Gil, thoughts?
What else is there to say? Honestly, just GG's all around. feel like it was an opportunity for Isaac to gain experience, Nova just having fun, while at the same time we're pushing forward for the victory. It was an overall great series, a 3-1 victory for them. I enjoyed them. I hope you did too over there on the chat. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, honestly.
All right, well, we'll see who else had a lot of fun. Did you get a chance to clip it? Deanna, I know you said you were, but did you really clip it, though?
Well, basically, you know, I started clipping and I was like, bro, why am I not at that part? And then I realized, oh wait, I'm in a VC with you guys. Oh wait, there is a delay on the stream. Oh wait. You know, I was clipping after, so I didn't catch the time to clip it, but I can go back to nice clips because you actually did it 2 times. Nobody did an impressive job, like always, you know, you say it, I always like when you say it. Nova comes here to handle business, and they sure did, even if they were not using meta guns. Like, they were using guns that I never used. Scary guns. We did saw 2 Pharaoh, 2 LK, and a Swordfish in the first hardpoint. It was a close hardpoint right at the beginning, but then even if they were not using meta guns, Switchblade and so on, they managed to actually get the win in the first hardpoint. Going into the SMD, I think it was the longest SMD we had this season. It was an overtime, so I was not expecting to an overtime, and I was not expecting to a win on the side of I2K. We did had Boom and JC leading the lobby. Boom had 25 kills, amazing sniper shots, and JC 20 at the time. Okay, going into the control, we did had new loadouts because someone had such a great idea. We did had 1 Hades, 2 M16, and 2 PDW. I just want to mention that Hades in the hands of Inferno looked amazing. Like, it made me want to go and play, but I know that I would not be able to do anything with it. And they managed to win the control in 3-0. Going into the hardpoint, we did had 2 Cordites, 2 Kians, and the Chopper for Nova, and they just did absolutely amazing. We did had a Goliath too, we did had some body shooting, and overall Nova managed to win the hardpoint game too. And I'm actually very happy with all the 3 series that we had tonight. They were very exciting to watch actually, and quite close at a certain point, you know. They were not what we were expecting actually, and it's a nice surprise to see something maybe different.
All right. Well, if you miss all the action, you can catch all the heat live on the YouTube channel. That's right, Verdict's got a YouTube. Go ahead and make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on this video once it's released. And if you're heading over to chat now, rewatch some of the old VODs if you haven't had a chance to do so. And hit that subscription button ASAP if you want to hear some more Verdict dog barking impersonations or impressions. Looking at the results from the day, it's a 3-0 for 117 not found over 31ers. Animus, they might have got a little bit of a slip up in game 1, but they handled business in the next 3 as they take that series in a 3-1 fashion. Nova Esports, well, you already knew what happened there, so 3-1. Off meta choices still look good in the hands of pro players. They make literally anything viable. I would show the standings, but I think we might have a little bit of a bug. So I'll just run through it real quick and correct it. It's going to show Animus at top, but that's not the case. It's Nova. They've got 100 points. So it's Nova with 100, Animus with 70, 117 with not 70, but 65. Team 1 is going to be referred to as Panic. We'll get that adjusted after the broadcast tonight. Xitium with 40 as well. 35 for Limitless. IC-I2K with 25. So a very narrow race in that top 6. Right on the outskirts of it is 31ers and Astra. 31ers a little closer. Astra still yet to strike any kind of series that that would lead them to capping up that 15-20 point marker. But oh boy, what a hell of a day. I mean, it's not as long as it was. It feels like it was, but not as long as it was on Tuesday, but we still had a lot of fun. Am I right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
It was amazing.
It was great.
Yes. Well, it was great, guys, being here with you once again. You guys are amazing, as I always say, and you guys are both legends. OP casters. And as I said, you guys both looked incredible. It was a pleasure being here with you guys. Don't forget to sub to Verdict's YouTube channel if you wanna catch the WOD over YouTube, because you really need to watch it. It was quite amazing. All the matchups were on point. Everything was actually very good, and it was not as long as last time, but it was quite tight, and it's always good to see a little bit of competition, obviously. Thank you so much, guys, for watching us. You guys were amazing. Thank you for coming to support your favorite team, because it's always nice to see the support from the chat. And well, if you guys don't have anything else to add, I think it's time.
I do. We've been neglecting this all season long. If you're not following Deanna and Gilmania, do it right now, okay? And I'm not ending stream until we do. So go over, click the follow button on both of their Trovo channels. Go ahead and plug your just say something in chat so they can go ahead and head over, because we will not end this stream until I see at least 5 follows. These people have been putting in so much work behind the scenes, you have no idea. It's a pleasure to work with them, and it's time to highlight them for everything that they do. I have neglected that all season, but I just wanted to say thank you for both of you for entertaining me. And I'm a 30-something-year-old child. I'm a man-child, chat, and they put up with my BS on a regular basis, all through the barks and the rants and the raves and me just going completely off topic. I don't know how they handle me, but I appreciate it, and I thank you all for everything you do. So,
oh, that was so nice. Thank you.
I mean it from the top and bottom of my heart.
Appreciate it.
You guys are the best.
You guys are the best. We're gonna send you over to someone who is most definitely better than me at COD Mobile, so we'll figure out who that is. Until the meantime, we're going to start one more ad from COD Mobile, and we're gonna send you over to whoever is lucky enough to receive you. We'll see you there later.
Bye.